Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blind Wave podcast. We're live at twist.tv/blindwave. It is Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check it live if you're watching it on YouTube or listening elsewhere.
It has begun!
It has begun!
When I raised my hands, I did that.
How was everyone's week out in Chatland, as well as right here in the studio?
Good. It's been usual things. I did have a story that I was going to tell about some stuff too, because I don't remember I think Calvin might have been gone when I told you guys the one story, but like usually shopping wise, usually I'm out because I'm here. I'll leave, stop by Kroger if I need to stop by to get stuff, and then go home. Mm-hmm. So I've had a few trips where I've had to go to the store, and I've had some of the weirdest things happen to me, and I haven't had happen since we've shut down.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think it was Rick and Eric I was talking to before, but the other day I had to go to Walmart, and while I was there, I was doing the self-checkout, and I was trying to get those damn bags, trying to get them apart and stuff. So I was messing with those and
fuck those bags, man.
Struggling with those for a while. And the lady who runs the little area came over, and she goes, "Well, if you want, you can just lick your fingers and do this because it's your bag. It's okay if you do it because it's your bag." And I was like, "Huh?"
Oh, licking fingers and putting it
I've
anywhere.
been touching all these groceries.
Right?
These are my fingers, but
touch
these
your
aren't
mouth
yet
or
my
your face.
groceries.
Like, just take your mask down. You can lick your fingers because it's your bag, and it's okay to lick your bag. And I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks." And it's just like, this is
Like, you know how many chocolate
ridiculous.
shells I just soared through trying to find the right one?
Yeah, and I know, like that's what people did all the time before, but like in the heightened sense of what's going on now, I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
You know what I do? I use the condensation from my gallon of milk to do it. I
Really?
literally do.
That can work too. Melanie said that she'll take the wipes to like sanitize stuff and use like the moisture from that to do it. What I used to do is like everyone always licked their fingers. And I hated that. What I always used to do is I would just breathe on them, not lick them, because why would I lick my fingers in the middle of a store to begin with? Let alone now.
Yeah.
In this time period, you know.
I just secreted my explosive sweat and used that.
That could work. You could do
I
that.
just stole those little pad things they have at the bank.
Oh, do they have little pads at the
I
bank to
just
help you?
directly lick the bag. So that
Yeah, they have
comes
those little-
Don't
Because
touch
the
my
bag
fingers.
hasn't been touching shit, right?
And
it's your
you-
bag.
And you're helping out everyone behind you by licking their bags, too.
It's
I'm
like
like,
what
"These
they
for you
say,
guys,
like
you're
newspapers
welcome."
are sterile. Like
So-
fresh newspapers.
Yeah, I guess.
You can use them to like as cloths to like help birth children because they're like sterile and everything.
What?
Some
Yeah.
might not understand because there's not plastic bags everywhere. Like right now, Useless says, "Why do Americans lick plastic bags in stores?" Very confused.
Yeah.
Why do you do
No,
Only
it's,
the stupid ones.
I mean,
It's the same reason you lick your fingers to turn a page.
yeah.
which I never understood either. I just turned the page.
Yeah, me
I
too.
just get the piece of paper lodged in one of the grooves of my finger, and
So-
I use that as leverage.
The answer is these bags come compacted, and sometimes they're hard to get one or open the bag. You gotta open it up very well, but
Yeah.
sometimes it can be difficult. And you're sitting there trying to open it forever. People
Yeah.
behind you are like, hurry up!
They're like
Yeah.
tapping their feet, arms crossed, staring at you.
And now they're plastic bags. When they were paper, there probably wasn't as big of an issue with that too. But
Yeah.
now everything's plastic usually anymore. Unless you bring your own bags, which is a good way to not have to worry about any of that.
Back
Okay.
when
But-
they had paper bags, they had a bag boy that would bag your groceries for you, push your cart to your car, and unload it into your car, and say, "Thank you, have a nice day," and
That was-
push your cart back to the store.
Yeah, and then
was
you
my-
could go to
that
the
was my
gas station
first-
and some
that
guy
was
would
my
pump your
first
own
job.
gas.
Yeah.
My first job was the bag
Water and
boy
Irish
at
Fray.
Warren's IGA.
Really?
Yep, and I got fired, kinda.
So,
Licking all the bags.
You sounded like you were gonna tell a really proud story.
just hit beat on 'em.
I
Like,
got
I'll
fired.
get these
grew
things.
up.
I'll get these suckers wet.
No, I'd have to
pissed on
carry,
'em.
like, take, bags out. It was mostly for, like, older ladies, which is 90% of their customer base.
Yeah.
But
true.
if I'm not doing that, I'd have to just, like, be in the aisles fronting shelves, which
Sure.
was terribly terrible because podcasts didn't exist then.
terribly terrible.
Terribly terrible. They just listen to the same damn 3 songs over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't care about shelving these pineapples. This isn't passion,
Yeah.
Maybe it's passion fruit, but it's not passion.
I know Melanie times has taken her own because there's people that do reusable bags and stuff like that too. But usually,
Yeah.
usually I just don't have any in my truck, so I don't. That's not what I'm usually not thinking about. That it's like, well, I gotta go shopping or anything.
I have bags in my car. I never think to take them in.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I get in there, I get a cart full of groceries, and I'm like, oh yeah, shoot.
I have those.
Guess I'll just use these
Yeah,
here.
use these
Kroger
bags.
will give you paper if you ask for them. Paper bags.
Don't they charge you now? I know Aldi's
I've done
does
it
if you ask for
years.
paper bags.
Yeah,
Aldi's charge you for shopping carts. So.
they do.
You
That
rent
makes sense.
shopping carts.
So that was one thing that happened. I told you guys that one. Another time I went shopping too, and I was like, guys, remind me, I'm going to tell this on podcast because it was just an odd situation. Because I've been getting deli meat. I've been getting like this like sriracha chicken or turkey or something like that, and this like Nashville chicken and buffalo chicken. Like they're really good lunch meat. And I've been going to the deli and getting those from Kroger. And I went there the other day, and I didn't know which ones I wanted. And Melanie knew that she liked one of them a lot, so I got all three. And while I was also there, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll get cheese too. So I was getting this sriracha jack cheese. And I was like, that sounds pretty cool. I usually get like pepper jack and stuff like that, but I've never had sriracha jack. So let me try that stuff.
Okay.
And the guy's like, oh, the sriracha jack? Yeah, that's really good. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Let me get that. Like sandwich slice or whatever, that's fine. And they always like show you the slices, right? To see like, is that
Like,
look
is this
okay?
okay?
Yeah. So he sliced one piece and he's like, here you go. How's this look? I was like, looks fine to me. He goes, all right, here, you want to try it? I was like, oh, no, that's okay. He's like, no, here, try it. It's good. And I grabbed it, and I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, I've been walking to the store. So, like, it's a whole piece of cheese.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, he had been holding it from his, like, plastic gloves, which is where I'm getting my meat anyway. So I'm like, well, this must be okay.
Sure.
So
They
from where I
change
had
between
it,
every customer
I
anyway.
took a bite from over here. And I was like, really good. He goes, yeah, isn't it? And then he turned around to do more. I'm like, what do I do with this cheese? I'm not going to eat it now. I'm holding it.
Just throw it.
I looked around, and I shoved it in my pocket. I'm like, what do I do? I've been walking around the store. I've been pushing a cart. I'm not gonna eat this piece of chease in the middle of this place.
Respect.
What do I do with this?
I have to respect that.
So then I just stand there and talk with him. I was like, oh yeah, that was really good, you know. And it wasn't like it was just a whole piece of cheese with like a
back. Were you like, yeah?
I was like, good, thank you so much, you know. Like, so now I'm just standing there waiting for him to cut my cheese and stuff, and then I have to check out. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? So I just walked around the store until I finished with just cheese in my pocket.
Dogs barking at you.
And then I went out, I got my stuff back to the truck, and then I'm like looking around, and I took my cart back to the cart thing, and there's a trash can there. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. So I looked around, and there was someone in the car, so I just like turned my back to them and reached in my pocket and tried not to show cheese coming out of my pocket as I put it into the trash can.
It's just receipts. I see that cheese.
Man, I would have forgotten laundered that cheese.
Oh man.
You would have what?
I would have laundered that cheese.
Laundered it?
Yeah, I would have forgotten.
Why do your
be
socks,
so bad.
No,
your
I got
socks smell
home
like
and
cheese?
I told Melanie about it. She goes, "Is it still in your pocket now?" I'm like, "No." I was like, I was afraid it was gonna melt or something.
Yeah.
It was just gonna be
well,
a terrible
you sit down
mess.
in your truck or something like that, and you put the seatbelt across your lap. Like, what if you hit the brakes?
But I've never had someone like I haven't had a long time where someone at the deli was like, "Here, we want to try some of this before you do it."
I've literally
So
never
then-
had anyone do that.
This guy, we were just talking that same day. I was wearing my "You Done Messed Up" Aaron shirt, which may have been convenient to the situation at hand anyway. But he was like, "Oh, I like your shirt." I'm like, "Oh yeah, thanks." He's like, "My name's Ron." I was like, "Oh, I'm Aaron." He goes, "Oh, that's why there are dashes in the A's." I'm like, "Yep." I'm like, "What was he thinking?" But yeah, no, we were just talking a little bit, and he seemed pretty nice. And then he was just offering me some cheese because I was like, "Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Let me try some of that." I didn't mean to try it right then.
You want to try some of this cheese?
Jancy in the
Yeah, I'll
chat
have
said
some.
somewhere some grocery store worker was reviewing security footage and saw a weirdo shove a piece of cheese in his pocket. How amazing would it be if we could find it?
Oh man, it would be so
would be
great
so
if
Show
I
it
good.
on
was
podcast.
if I was watching
You
like
think we could contact them?
I don't know. How long ago was it? They might have cycled.
I don't know, Friday I think it was.
they probably keep footage from a week ago.
It might be worth investigating that.
Offer some money.
It would be so. Oh, it'd
Well-
be so good if we got that footage.
It was weird because I'm like, at first I was like, no, it's okay. He's like, no, try it. And like, and then I just realized I just had it in my hand. I'm like, well, I don't want to be rude. I'm gonna be like, I can't just give it back, and I don't want to be like.
fold it first before putting it in your pocket, or did you like wad it up like in a ball?
I had it, and I had it in my bite, and I'm like, I just went. and just shoved it in my pocket. So I will say, like back when I worked at Little Caesars, my manager would laugh at me because she was like dumbfounded because she watched me because like you would work at the register when someone was there, and then when you were done, usually as a register person, you'd go over and you start folding boxes. So you had boxes for the person at the ovens to do stuff. And I don't know if it was morning or what time it was, but she saw me go, and I helped a customer, and I came back over to my boxes, and then she watched me reach into my pocket, pull out a piece of cheese bread, and start eating cheese bread. And I used to like, because like you weren't supposed to be eating there, so I'd be hiding in the corner. And I'm like, shit, where do I put this cheese bread? Because I'm eating this cheese bread. So I just shove it in my pocket, go out and help a customer, come back, and then finish my cheese bread that I had.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Dude, when I worked at Papa
I
John's.
always wondered why you lined your pockets with Ziploc bags.
It is a safer option, Rick.
No, I know.
Dude, I worked at Papa John's. Like sometimes, like your shift is really long. You haven't eaten. But there's no extra food or anything. Like, what the hell can I eat? I'm hungry. You know, I was 120 pounds heavier. You know, got one of those little cheese cups. Do a little shot. Good for another couple hours. Gosh.
See, the thing that was
I
nice
know,
about
it's so gross, but I totally did it.
the thing that was nice about Little Caesars was that they had the hot and ready.
Yeah.
So every half hour you're supposed to throw those away if they hadn't been sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they weren't necessarily bad.
Nah.
They just been sitting in a hot box for half an hour.
They're a little bit dry.
So
Yeah.
I'd just take some of that,
Sure.
and eat a little bit of that to have something,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing that surprised me most about that story is you threw away the cheese.
I
You're
know.
so hesitant about throwing away food.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but I was walking around the store. If I would have said that I ate the whole piece of cheese standing there in Kroger's after touching everything, Rick would be like, "What the hell is wrong
I
with
know,
you?"
but you know how sometimes you find $1 after you're done laundry, like, holy shit, I forgot about this. Like you could have had extra cheese later. Oh shit.
Cheese. Put in the dryer.
Sanitize it. You know?
Dryer's bound to sanitize, right?
Well, speaking of cheesy pockets, we have these cheesy pockets right here.
Uh
Right?
huh.
These little pizza bite things.
They are.
Man, that's a segue that you thought was written.
You thought it was.
What are these?
Well, the
I've
bag's
been
right over
hearing a lot
there.
about them.
There's some kind of
They
snow
are.
days.
It's on that chair.
Pizza
They're
bites.
snow days, like all natural, all organic, no grain, no GMO pizza bites. They're cheesy pizza bites.
These things. So they sent us these. And there's you want some pizza bites? And we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Sure.
Nothing. I'm like, yeah. So we
feel-
got some snow days.
I feel like the funniest thing about that was that I think it was Jancy who saw the email because she looks at her email a lot for responding for things. And she was like, "Hey, they sent you pizza bites," and me and Eric were like, "Yes,
Get them.
Whereas damn, you need to just send us food stuff all the time. We respond right away. 'Cause sometimes you'll send a message and we don't say shit for
know.
a day,
yeah.
Yeah.
if that. But it's
Anyway,
you want
they're-
pizza bites? We're like, yeah.
They're pretty good.
They're actually not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how they'd be considering no grain and stuff, but it's not too bad.
No, they're really good. I like them.
It's like a little calzone. You know, like the Totino's pizza bites are like little squares, but it's like a little calzone that I
Yeah.
remember making back at Doughboys and stuff.
Yeah.
The other pizza bites are like Pellets, sort of, right?
It's no grains, no gluten, no added sugars, no canola or seed oils, no GMOs, no preservatives.
They would definitely fit in your pocket.
Yeah. Has sweet potato,
Those
tomato
are white
paste.
jeans.
Shit. Sorry.
Hey, I finally found out. I don't know if this is common knowledge between all of us, but why that deli has been so delayed over there.
Oh man. So we have
Because
to tell
Eric
the
keeps
history
eating
real
all the
quick.
stuff coming in.
No.
Oh,
Get
That's
to the
not
truck
right.
before they can unload it.
So we're on Front Street of our town, and on the corner, there's been this sign saying McKenna's Deli coming soon. And when I first saw the sign, I ran in up the steps. Guys, there's a deli coming in. This is gonna be great. We can have deli sandwiches and shit for lunch all the time. Yay! I mean, it's literally 2 stores down.
Yeah.
2 stores, 2 buildings down.
2 doors.
Yeah.
And we've been
That
waiting
was like
a
2
year,
years, 2.5 years
before
ago.
COVID.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
It's been
It
so
was a
long.
It was like
time
2.5
even
years
before
ago
the
that
lockdown.
happened. I'm like, man, that deli's coming. And then a week later, I'm like, damn, the deli's still not in.
But what I heard happen was they remodeled it and they made a big open eating area, but the stuff they took out was structurally important.
Oh shit! What?
Yeah.
No.
And there's people
What?
that live
That
above it
sucks.
and everything, so they got in a lot of trouble and they have to redo everything.
Oh my
no.
god!
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I feel like you need to make sure that you check that before you start tearing shit down.
You
Yeah.
I
think?
would consult some kind of engineer
I
before
bet.
just cutting
Where,
posts down.
where do you find those? Where do you just find an engineer
You
engineer
can get
consultant?
an
There's
inspector.
engineers that work for the county
Yeah.
that do this.
That's not up to
I got a
code.
cousin. He's an engineer.
I mean, anyone who can call themselves an engineer seems like they should have been in that building.
But you need a degree. Is that what you're looking for? You need a
yeah,
certificate.
like some
let me-
kind of
let me s-
architect
let me
or
see your
structural
certificate.
engineer.
At
I
the
need to
very
take-
least, you
I
need to get
guarantee.
3 middle-aged men just looking at him like, yep,
Yeah.
he
Man, I
have
ta-
this.
I'll take you down to Walmart for $5. You'll find an engineer.
I'll find an engineer. I'm an engineer.
Give her your
But you
toilet
just
for
find
$5.
out. You just find the person that wants to argue, and that's the engineer, right?
Yeah.
Well, I like to think that they're so focused on making amazing deli sandwiches, they just didn't think, you know?
I mean, maybe.
Like,
but
that sounds like the kind of person that knows how to make a good sandwich.
you turn that cheese slicer on the first time, a little bit of vibration, that whole thing could come down.
That's not my fault.
You're just sitting there eating your deli sandwich, and this guy falls to the ceiling onto your table.
And his
Hey,
bathtub.
Ron. Hey, Billy.
That hurt.
Or the whole building just shifts, and it's like Cleveland from Family Guy, who's like, no, sliding down.
No.
Oh man. So, yeah.
I haven't even seen that, and I know that quote.
Yeah, right. He just said no. That's what he says.
Well, I mean, but that doesn't answer the question. What's it open?
I do not know.
I gotta find information. I haven't looked.
The good news is they probably got some like COVID loans and stuff that they could use to
I would assume
Probably.
so,
redo
yeah.
the damage that they did.
Although I
Yeah.
don't know, is that only in effect if you can show how much income and stuff that you've made for like the past few months or so?
You have
don't
to
know.
have like so many employees, I think.
Yeah.
and,
Like if they haven't even opened, have they even hired anyone?
I don't know. but-
That sucks.
Did we call them sandwich engineers, or is that just what Canester's calling them?
That's what
He's
they
like,
call Subway.
They are sandwich engineers, not architectural ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they call subway workers, right? Just sandwich
Yeah.
engineers.
Something.
Agricultural.
They said agricultural, but I'm assuming they meant architectural.
Yeah.
But
I guess I haven't been on Facebook for a long time. I can't even find. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find where to search.
Oh, you searching for the deli?
Yeah.
dude, you do sandwich artist. Yeah, that's what they're called.
McKenna's Market.
Oh, it's an artist?
Yeah,
not an
it's a
engineer?
sandwich artist. That's right.
I got you.
I knew it was something like that.
That makes sense.
Dude, they
They
should
got
have
a
just.
bathtub full of noodles.
Huh?
Did it fall from the ceiling?
No, I don't think so. They're
The
bags.
guy upstairs was making noodles bulk.
Is it the pasta shop noodles that closed down?
Rossi Pasta.
Rossi
It's not. It's Mrs. Miller's noodles.
Huh.
Okay.
I know they're gonna have a lot of like Amish items or something like that, as well.
They should have just hired my
Rick.
father-in-law.
There's a picture of their sandwich.
Yeah.
I can see that
Yeah,
area.
hell yeah.
He's
Been
been
on
over.
your new desktop background.
Okay, so on February 4th, they said, we have had some productive meetings today with building inspections.
Okay. So that is what it was.
Uh-huh. We apologize for the delays, but good things are coming your way.
That was
That's
in
funny.
February?
That was in February.
Okay.
And then April 22nd, they talked about the noodles. And they've been silent since.
Fucking don't say nothing.
The noodles.
One day it will open.
I'm
One
just
day.
imagining this very judgmental mother or
Yeah.
mother-in-law that's like going after the person who opened this thing
Yeah.
for this mistake.
Oh, man. Well, whenever it does open, we'll have to have a live, like, sampling.
Oh, maybe that's why they have
And
the
we'll wear
noodles.
hard hats just in case.
They've seen all
We're
those
going with
videos.
hard
We,
hats.
Yeah.
that's what we should do. We should all get hard hats and go in there to get sandwiches wearing hard hats and vlog it. Hey guys, we're here for a sandwich.
We're looking for a new sponsor.
I was gonna say that's what they're gonna use the noodles for. They've seen those videos of people repairing their sinks and stuff with ramen noodles.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're gonna make the post out of.
Yeah.
It's
Out
like,
of
well,
ramen
this is what we have.
We've got to use it.
Whenever WaveCon happens, we'll have a field trip. If it's open by then. If WaveCon happens.
Yeah, right.
Um,
The only other thing I had was I was saying about my father-in-law. They should have hired him because we've been building the apartment thing,
yeah.
like trying to fix that up, which has been years ago. Like
you have
guys,
an apartment,
you guys
like-
came over and helped tear stuff down, and
Yeah.
we've still yet to build it, and we've been
We
building
tore
it.
the shit
So
place.
the house that you have on the garage, there's an apartment like under on
Under
the
it,
backside. Yeah.
Last night I got home and we had dinner, and then Melanie's like, "Hey, do you want to help Dad with drywall?" And I was like, "All right, sure." So I went in there. I think it was like 7 something, and we put up some drywall, and then it kept turning into like, "Aaron, you want to help me do one more? Aaron, you want to help me do one more?" And then it was like almost 10 o'clock. We put up like 9 pieces of drywall, but there was one point when, in order to cut the pieces, like the outlets, and we cut the doors and everything too. We would get it all lined up from the backside, line it, and put the lines of where we're going to cut, and then we'd pull it down. Well, I would put it against my back and try to hold it as still as I could so he could cut into it and do his stuff. at one point he was cutting a door, and I was under there, and I could just see the blade of it just like it was like a James Bond movie. It was just like getting closer and closer to me. I'm just watching it.
Jesus.
Then at one point it slipped out, and then like he was like trying to poke it back into there, and it kept coming. I'm like, a little higher, Rob. Like, oh, it's a little higher. And then it started going again. Like dust is falling on me and stuff.
Oh.
So that was it was fun but interesting kind of thing going on there.
I want you
yeah.
to tell your story about your toenail.
My toenail.
Yes.
I forgot all about it until
so
Calvin.
ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
Calvin, how'd that start a minute ago?
Well, so I was over at where we stream our video games whenever we're on the couch over here, and I have the last couple of weeks been placing this chair in front of me so I can put my feet up, whenever I'm here. And then I was like, hey, who moved my footstool? And Calvin goes, there were toenail clippings on it.
No, he said
Or
there was a
something.
He's like,
toenail.
there was a
on it.
toenail.
Toenail on
And I
it.
go, what? I'm like, am I being blamed for this? I'm gonna put my socks off. Maybe
It's
my
like I
shoes.
moved it out of the way. I didn't want to touch it.
Well, it's
I
like-
just moved it.
The chair's like thrown back here. Like it's like you're like, nah!
You threw the chair? Get
So
away!
I'm like, why is there a toenail? And Aaron says this.
Well, no, I was like, so on Monday I was playing Pokemon Snap, and I moved at one point, and I kicked the corner of that chair, and it broke my toenail, and I was like, ah, damn. And then as I was playing, because I tried not to say anything or anything, I just tried to like not
Ignore
worry
it.
about it, but it broke off inside my sock through the rest of the stream. And at one point, like I took off my sock and stuff, and it had fallen out of my sock onto the chair, and I'd forgotten / not realized, and it was there. So
It was there
it wasn't
waiting for
We
me
need
Tuesday
people
night.
to find the moment you broke your toenail.
It's secretly hidden in Pokemon Snap. Did you
Another-
sniff it? No.
Another Sloppy says, guys, I'm eating.
Me
Yeah,
too.
well, I just love the journey I went on my head. I was like, who was clipping their toenails on that
Yeah.
footstool?
No, I ended up having
Like,
to.
wait, a whole toenail?
When I got home, I had to like cut it because it was all like jagged and crazy because I kicked a fucking corner of a chair and it broke it. It just like splintered it and broke
Yeah.
a chunk off. So yeah, it's terrible. It hurt when I kicked it, like a good bit.
I believe you.
It wasn't nearly as bad as when I lost my toe from like chairs falling on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not my
yeah.
toe, my toenail. But
Yeah, that was terrible.
and then like slowly it just pushed out
Oh.
because my toenail grew until the toenail just fell off and I had like no toenail for a while.
Which toe?
It was my
Is it
big
the big
toe
toe?
on my right.
Man, I mean, the pinky, my toenail's always off.
Dude,
on that.
I think I took a picture of that when that fell off. I might still have that somewhere.
Fuck, man. Fuck. Ow.
that was rough.
It was terrible. Terrible.
Yep. I've never lost a toenail.
And that one was completely avoidable.
So anyway, make sure you guys check out some snow days. They're really good.
Pretty good.
So what about you guys for the week?
Oh,
Just thinking about your toenails.
This is why we don't let Aaron show his feet.
Yeah.
Aaron, this is definitely, if not your grossest, one of the grossest podcasts you've ever had. Cheese in
not
your
great.
pocket.
What?
Cheesy bread in
Hey,
your pocket
I
at
didn't,
work.
I didn't
Licking
eat the
bags.
cheese after it
Licking
was in my
bags.
pocket. I didn't lick the bags either.
Asking that lady to lick the bet. What happened? I didn't.
Now, can you lick it for me?
trying to think of the most disgusting thing I've ever put in my pocket. I can't
Rabbit
think of
poop.
anything. Really?
Yeah.
Why?
That's better than cheese, Calvin. You give me a hard time about cheese.
To be fair, I was nearly an infant. I wasn't a grown man last week.
When I was a kid, and probably now, if I went to a buffet, I would go to a buffet, eat as much as you possibly can, but then, like, well, this food's still here, So I take some of the cookies, put them in my pocket, eat them later.
Yeah, I used to collect.
What? I was like 21. No.
I used to collect.
I used to
rabbit
do that. Though.
Pellets.
I'd have like a cookie, and then by the time we got home, because it takes 35 minutes to drive home, I'm like, I can have a cookie.
It's been long enough now. Dessert.
I used to collect little rabbit pellets, little dried up rabbit pellets, because we had a dachshund that loved them. He would just run around the yard and just look for them. So I started collecting them and using them as treats. So I'd carry them around in my pocket. And
Rabbit
those-
poop?
Yeah, those I did wash
You washed the rabbit poop?
in my jeans. Yeah. Well, I didn't.
You
Mom
left
did.
them in there, and then your
And then
mom's
she
like,
found
"What's
them."
this shit?"
Yeah.
I never.
What's this brown
ever
grass
forgot
stuff?
a cookie.
I can't believe
Never
it.
forgot a cookie. was
Never
in there.
forgot a good.
No.
Never forgot a
No
cookie.
way. Never washing a cookie in
Yeah.
my laundry.
I can't.
To be fair, I had used most of them as treats before it got washed.
I can't believe you gave me a hard time about cheese in my pocket. That's what you
Because
did.
it was last week.
Well,
I can't be expected to have.
I was in a predicament. What was I supposed to do?
I would have thrown it.
You
I would
just
have
chuck it?
thrown it over to the freezer section.
You just chuck this cheese somewhere. I couldn't do
I
that.
would have eaten the whole thing and taken the risk.
Would you?
No, I probably if I couldn't have hidden it or something like that.
If you
like
guys were women, you wouldn't have this problem.
I
You
probably
wouldn't
would have
pockets.
hidden it among the fruit or something like that, Aaron.
It's true.
Hid it among the fruit.
Like picked up a potato and just put a piece of cheese there and put the potato back.
Starts growing. Anyway. So what'd you guys do this week? Anything going on?
Had a really good time watching Captain America 2 last night.
Yeah, it was really good.
Winter Soldier.
It was much better than I
No.
remember from the first time that I
Dude,
watched it.
I like Winter Soldier a lot.
It's one of the best.
No,
Christopher Lee is such a good villain.
He's not in that
Red-
movie.
That's
Oh, yes,
Brown.
he is.
that's a different movie.
That's Robert Redford.
No.
Yeah.
no.
I think it's Samuel Jackson.
This is Captain America 2, Death Too Soon, from
Death Too
1979.
That's a weird tagline for a Captain America
Death
movie,
too
isn't it?
soon.
Starring Reb Brown. Yeah.
Yep.
It's called Death Too Soon because Christopher Lee made it's basically a James Bond movie.
Yeah,
Really is what it is. And he made a super aging serum that he's blackmailing the government for $1 billion. Mm-hmm. And so he spreads this stuff all over the town, and he gives them a little bit of the antidote, and then he does all of Portland.
yeah. He does the entirety of Portland, Oregon.
Captain America has to save the day with an awesome motorcycle
Oh my gosh, that motorcycle.
and a terrible shield.
The shield, I've seen the shield. The shield is
Yeah.
terrible.
Rick is
It's like
The
a
helmet's
salad bowl.
terrible. The shield is terrible. Terrible.
But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite Marvel movies.
the last line in the movie might have been the best.
It was
What was it?
amazing.
I'm never gonna watch it.
Okay,
What was the last line?
We should watch it.
so
Now I want
Judge.
to judge it based on the last line.
go ahead, Rick.
I don't remember.
You don't?
No.
Oh man. Okay, so the final battle, Christopher Lee is running through the woods, running away from Reb Brown, and he has all of this aging formula that this scientist has been creating. He's running through the woods with a gun and a suitcase of this stuff.
Yeah.
And he takes out a vial of this aging stuff and he throws it at Reb Brown, Captain America. And Captain America, Steve Rogers, Reb Brown, throws his plastic shield at it. It breaks and it splashes back in Christopher Lee's face.
Yeah.
And he starts aging. And a helicopter comes over with one of Christopher Lee's henchmen. And he lands. And Reb Brown is talking to him, to Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee dies. And then Reb Brown walks over to this guy and he says, "Your boss is dead. He died of old age, waiting for you."
Now I remember.
I do want to see
That whole
it.
movie was made for that one line.
And it was great. It was a great line.
It was great.
I do want to see it now.
But yeah. Solid. Good times.
Reb, as in
Reb.
rebel.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised but not surprised he didn't have a bigger career.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of movies Calvin and I have seen, but no one else on the face of the earth have seen.
Yeah.
Where he's
Space
not
Mutiny.
that bad of an action star, really.
He's not really bad.
You know, when you look at the pantheon of action stars over the history of film, he's in the upper half.
His
I feel
first
like.
movie is better than Arnold Schwarzenegger's first movie.
Absolutely.
It's so much better.
Although,
Wait, what's Arnold's first movie?
well, Captain America came out before Your Hunter from the Future,
Yeah.
and Space Mutiny was probably after
Space Mutiny might have been after.
as well.
Because I feel like
wait.
he was much bigger in
But
Space
Captain America
Mutiny.
2 is better than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
When you say Reb
Yes.
Brown's first movie, are you referring to
That's his last movie.
Huh? It's from 1973. What do you mean it's his last movie?
Are you sure?
I'm looking at his IMDb page right now, where he plays Steve Randall in a movie called
Oh,
just a
that's
bunch of
right.
fucking S's.
Yeah, he's got a very minor part in that. He dies in the first 5 minutes by getting bit by a snake.
Is it about snakes?
It is.
It's what Snakes on a Plane would have been.
Is one of these his most popular movie that people may have seen? Is Captain America probably his most popular?
Well, the one most people would have seen is Space Mutiny because of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha.
MST3K did a treatment of Space Mutiny.
Wait, he was in Chips?
Maybe. I've never seen Chips.
Probably a bit part.
Yeah,
Backup
I mean, he
actor or
was in
something.
a few episodes as Officer Brule. I don't know how you say it. It could be Brulietta.
How's it spelled?
Fucking where'd he go? Brouillette.
I don't have any pictures.
Brulette?
I don't recognize
So-
any of these names, Rick.
Yeah, they're all pretty obscure. Most of them are Italian movies. as
Surge of Power, Revenge of the Sequel.
well. I don't know that one. Sounds like I got some catching up
Sounds
to
like a
do.
title that all of the words are out of order.
It's from 2016, Rick.
Yeah, that's good for him.
Huh.
Still going strong.
Yeah. In his real estate career.
All right.
Another awesome thing, I don't have any pictures, but Maggie's been doing some modeling lately and some like miniature train work and stuff. And
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. I
Yeah.
was like, she started modeling? Like, okay, cool.
And she's a sock model.
making
Okay, I see what you mean.
but she had like a challenge where you had to start with like a stick of deodorant and you had to make something out of it.
Okay.
And she made like a spaceship. It looks really cool. I wish I could show you a picture.
Out of deodorant?
I don't have a picture. Yeah. Yeah, so like that's the base of it, and then she took a bunch of other stuff and like made it into this freighter looking thing that's like super rusted and weather worn and stuff. So it's been fun watching her make that stuff
That's neat.
that I cannot do. That's it for me, I think.
Yeah, and
Someone's saying about Junior? That's not a weird movie.
that's a great movie.
With Arnold?
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger did a movie where he was the first guy to ever become pregnant. It was a real weird one. No, it wasn't. You need to watch some of Rick's movies.
You do.
Those
Yeah.
are real weird ones.
Those
Yeah.
are
I'll take you on a trip
Junior is normal.
comparatively.
on the Rick Rainbow.
I've heard about some of these.
For me this week, I did have my second Schmodown match went up on YouTube yesterday, so people can go watch that. Also, I'm waiting to see if I win $1 million because I got the vaccine.
Yeah.
Damn
you
it,
heard
Eric.
about that?
I had
Yeah, I
one
did.
thing.
You have one thing?
I had one thing.
One thing, you've been gone for 2 weeks. You have one thing?
I got it last night.
At the last possible moment.
Oh, that's funny. So, Calvin, you explain what this is because I was like, what? Okay.
So, in an effort by the Ohio governor to push people to continue getting the vaccine because of slumping inoculation rates, he has instituted
A bounty.
not a bounty,
A lottery.
a lottery,
A lottery.
But you got to bring in someone who's.
where they enter everyone who has gotten at least one shot in a statewide lottery, and there will be for 5 weeks, one winner a week, and the winner gets $1 million.
Yeah.
There's going to be a winner a week getting $1 million?
Well,
For 5
5
weeks.
if we
So
reach
5
the,
winners.
if we reach the thresholds.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, so there's certain thresholds, and once we reach those thresholds, I think there's another week drawing.
Okay. See, that makes more
Okay.
sense because I'm like, well, what's enticing people to do this then if they're just drawing from who's been vaccinated?
Well, it's like if you get vaccinated, you get a lottery ticket.
Let me pull up
Okay.
the
So, like,
tweet here.
they're not drawing it this week of like, well, if you've been vaccinated, you're going to get this. 'Cause,
No,
like, you need to
it's
have
like
some
a-
time for more people to get vaccinated.
It's not starting like right now.
Yeah, they need to be enticed
Yeah,
by that $1 million. I mean, people play the lottery every day, so maybe they'll do this. I don't know.
and maybe. There's
Probably have
questions
better
about
odds.
like the legality
just-
of using federal funds to do this, but I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, like
Other
the
states
average
have been
person
giving-
that I see buy a lottery ticket tends to go over with the average person I see that's like, vaccine, I'm not getting that. You
Not even
know?
wearing a mask.
I'm not wearing. I don't wear a mask. You know, ooh, $1 million. I might get that.
Yeah.
Play the odds. So that is happening.
Yep,
They announced that Ohioans under the age of 18 who are eligible to receive the vaccine will be entered into a drawing for a 4-year full scholarship to any of Ohio state colleges.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And there will be, I think they said, the same number of drawings for that. So five
Yeah.
17 or under year olds will be entered in and win scholarships for any of Ohio's public colleges.
I'm just imagining, like, the conspiracy theorist people,
Yeah. I
and, like, they want to pay me $1 million to get this shot. It's got to be something.
not gonna get me. But also, he did announce that Governor DeWine has announced that he has asked the Ohio Department of Health to remove most pandemic health orders on June 2nd. So that includes measures like facial covering protocols, social distancing guidelines, and capacity restrictions for indoor and outdoor events. So in the state of Ohio, I know that a lot of states are actually removing theirs because they're happy with what the vaccine has done. But yeah, those measures are going to be removed. I mean, most of those I'm still going to do.
Did all this stuff come out last night then, or when?
It's come out in the last day or two.
The last day or two,
Gotcha.
yeah. So
I
this
just heard
was
about it.
yesterday for immediate release, May 12th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, June 2nd is whenever in Ohio they're going to be ending the restrictions. But obviously, it doesn't mean like you must or anything. It's just that officially that's going to happen. Which I know a lot of like
They're removing
local
the
business
mandates.
Sure. I
Yeah,
wonder how many.
business owners are
very
going to be
least.
happy about that.
I wonder how
Yeah,
many people will still be wearing masks and that kind of stuff, or if it's gonna like really go down to, like, are people just doing it because of the mandate, or are people doing it to be
Yeah.
respectful to each other?
I mean,
or what are they doing?
to be
Yeah.
fair, like anytime I'm somewhere like with a lot of people, I might just my life might just be wearing a mask around them. I don't know.
I mean, I'm from
comfortable
now
with
on,
it.
I'm probably gonna keep wearing a mask like in
Yeah.
airports and stuff like that.
Yeah, oh yeah, like where's like a lot of people, maybe
Yeah.
a convention, or if you're around a lot of people, like a sports arena or something.
Yeah, stuff like
But,
that.
if I go to
just
Kroger,
a lot
I
of
might
like
not, but-
churning.
It's going
people.
to like, even though this says June 2nd, I still feel like I'm gonna I'm still gonna wear it for another month or two.
Yeah, and
Or
it
3 or
says
4.
like local businesses are encouraged to make their own guidelines.
yes.
Sure.
They said that the only thing that will stay in place is nursing homes and assisted living facilities will continue to have pandemic health orders, because that as a federal safety protocol, and then data collection relating to the pandemic. So people that are actually going looking for data are more likely to run into stuff. So they have to have certain protocols put in place as well. Anyway, that's just Ohio. I know that the CDC has also released something. I haven't read that one yet.
Someone said, Eric, good news. If you bring the vaccine card to New York, you can get free French fries.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, New York does free French fries. New Jersey was giving adults over the age of 21 beer
Yeah.
when they.
Shot in a chaser? Is that them that was doing that? There was
I don't know
one,
if that's what it was called.
there was-
but,
there
like,
was
you
one
bring your
state
COVID card
where
to
they
a
were-
bar, and you would get a free beer.
There was a
kinda
state
thing.
where if you got a shot, they gave you a coupon to get a beer, and they were calling it shot and a chaser.
That's probably what it was then. In like other states, I think Oregon like was giving like a $100 gift voucher or something like that to everyone that was getting inoculated. Texas may have been Texas was giving like $50 Amazon gift card kind of things.
But yeah, that's in about, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that it's going to be weird to see people without masks now. Because I got so used to just like not caring what looks on my face when I'm out or something. I'm just like, how you doing? Good, how are you? Mouth's open. I know one time I was out. I think I was getting gas. I went inside. The cashier said hi or whatever. I came back out. I got in my car. I looked in my rearview mirror and I had like toothpaste or something like all over my beard. Like it was bad. I was like, oh man, no one told me about this. I was wearing my mask. No one saw. I just didn't think about it. Because I got in my car, took my mask off, looked up, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm being judged.
Why don't say anything?
Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be like, he did say, what did he say?
DeWine?
Yeah, he said, it's time to end the health orders. It's been a year. You've followed the protocols. You've done what we've asked. You've bravely fought this virus. And now, as our cases are down, we have a tested and proven weapon with the vaccine that all Ohioans 12 and over can utilize. So right now, is it 12 and over? That
Yeah.
data?
Yeah,
It's recently been approved for.
this past week it was approved for
Yeah.
12-year-old and older.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily change anything for Blind Wave. I mean, we have talked about the idea of possibly, what is the road of us like actually all sitting at the table at the same time and being able to do stuff like game nights and D&D and stuff like that. But it's always been one of those things where like, well, do we want to do that now? Do we want to, because I know other YouTube channels have, but we still all have, our state had those restrictions still in place. But now that they're gone, we can start talking about that again. 'Cause I know a lot of people have missed stuff like game nights and D&D and some of the more intimate videos that we do.
Their original content.
Original content,
Yeah.
definitely. Slaps, people are going.
Aaron misses those.
Yep.
I saw people talking about the gas shortage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I saw too, because like I didn't know I'm like, what are they talking about? Gas shortage. I hopped on Facebook and saw people talking about stuff, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And one of the things I watched was a video. There was this person from their car filming this like lady who, because of the gas shortage, was trying to get fuel for her car and for whatever else, and she was going to take some extra fuel home with her, but did not have a fuel approved canister. She put it into a plastic bag. Did you see this?
It was
and then
double
she like
plastic bag.
then
I've
she
seen
picked it up
other
and it was
people do
leaking.
it.
So then she put it back down and she went back to her trunk, got another plastic bag, put that plastic bag in that plastic bag, and then tied that one up. So she's just carrying
Special
gas
kind of stupid.
in 2 plastic bags.
Yeah.
Then she took it back over to her trunk, and I'm guessing it wasn't leaking that much. And then she put a plastic bag down on the trunk and like on the ground, and then put it on top of that plastic bag. And I was like, what the hell?
Right?
Like, this is
How
terrible.
does she get a license
it's
to
so
drive
stupid,
a car?
But doesn't it sometimes, like, don't you hear something like that and you're like, you know what? That makes sense, because, like, just stupid things happen all the time, and that's why. It's
I
because
mean,
of these people.
what does George Carlin say? Like, imagine the average American.
Yeah.
Now imagine that 50% of the people are stupid.
Are dumber than that.
Yeah.
I know. Like, people that are hoarding gas, like, gas doesn't last super long. You know? Like,
Oh, yeah.
you want it to be fresh. You don't want it sitting somewhere in a
Like
canister. It's gonna
you need to
suck.
store it in proper temperature with
Yeah.
stabilizer. You need to keep
Like,
it away from moisture.
I got in so much trouble when I was a kid. Like the first cut of grass, like after the winter, I just like, well, the gas is right here, but it's been sitting there
Yeah.
the entire winter and ruins the mower. I had to flush the whole thing out.
Yeah.
My dad's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know science. I'm 12."
Diesel's even worse.
Uh-huh.
Turns to jelly.
But I don't know what she was thinking of doing that. I also don't know what she's thinking of, like what's the next step after that?
Yeah.
Like, do you just leave it in that bag and put it in your garage?
or does she like cut the corner off the plastic bag and
Like, put it into like the lawnmower or something? Like, what's
I don't know.
Where do you go next?
Or
I
does she
don't
hang
know.
it up on the coat rack in the garage?
Rasha on chat says, "Oh, the guy with the cheese pockets telling a lady that she can't have a gas bag."
My pockets are fine.
Yeah, I saw a picture online of a guy that he put a sign on his front and his back that said, "I'm just getting gas for my mower," because he had a little gas tank, so he wouldn't be judged, because it's pretty bad in some places in the country.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
noticed it here at all.
I haven't
No.
noticed it either.
I'm
I
hoping
mean,
that,
some of the gas prices have gone up a little bit, but it's
hoping
not
around
that
here
bad.
no one really gets on the internet.
I guess so.
They're
Yeah.
not paying attention.
But I
to
mean,
what-
we didn't have paper towels for how long, or toilet paper.
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. It's a weird thing. And then people are creating a gas shortage because they're going out and hoarding the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if they just wouldn't worry about it as much, they'll whatever's broken, they'll get fixed and pipelines will open back up and you'll have some fuel.
I mean, that's
you
what
know?
happened with the toilet paper. It's not like we suddenly started shitting more because we were at home, you know?
Yeah, right.
People were freaking the fuck out. We'll never have this. So
They're
it
stocking up on
Yeah.
it.
And then you get the opposite with the GameStop stocks, where people start buying them, it starts going up, and then people keep buying them, and it keeps going up.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen gas sold out around here during that brownout we had during a flood. Where
Yeah.
we just didn't have
During that really long flood.
Yeah, we didn't have I don't know, power for 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy I was watching at the pizza shop over in Davola while it happened. Just it's well, come over. We can't do anything, but just check
Keep
the
the
place
looters.
out and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And this guy came up cause we had a generator there. We were trying to do some stuff. This guy came over begging I need gas. I'm out of gas in my car, and my he was telling this sob story almost,
Yeah.
and then
I was like, well, stop driving around looking for gas.
yeah, it was just exactly
Where was this?
exactly Davola Doughboys. I had a guy
Oh.
do that, begging for gas.
I'm driving.
Man, I need to make pizzas. You know how much pizza gets sold during a brownout? So
Yeah.
much.
It's a fairly obscure reference, but I saw a hilarious tweet about someone taking a picture with loading their cars up with the red gas containers.
Yeah.
And being like, this is the world that the Black developers envisioned. Because there's a PS2 first-person shooter called Black, and there were just gas cans everywhere because it was all about like explosions and destruction.
Yeah. It was the gun game, right?
Yeah.
They did like a slow-mo gun thing, and I feel like I remember the commercials for that. It was just bullets flying everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's like this, we're like, this is probably the closest we'll come to Mad Max for a little bit, right? I mean, try and attack people for gas.
Yeah,
You can do that.
Sure.
it's true.
It's crazy. Like, you know, me and Calvin sometimes will, you know, I enjoy The Walking Dead, but I'll also be like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, they're still siphoning gas from cars that have been on the road for 10
12 years.
Like,
Yeah.
That shit would not work.
There's no way, especially in the Georgia heat.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I haven't heard it, but someone in chat says that the billing system is what the gas companies had compromised by the hack.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they shut off the pipeline. They were worried they wouldn't be able to figure out how to properly bill customers for the fuel.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I thought it was President Biden's fault. That's what everybody on Facebook told me.
Yeah, right. Fucking Biden, look at the gas. No gas. It's
Yeah.
If you do find it, it's $20.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I saw that video. I'm like, what the hell is this lady thinking? Just thinking, gotta get gas, I guess. I don't know. In mine, I saw that. I'm like, well, I guess I'll ride my bike to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have to get up earlier. Or I might be a little late. I don't know. We'll see. I guess.
It'd probably take you like an hour. I think it'd take you like 45 minutes to an hour, I think.
Probably. I could probably do that.
Me too, but just because I haven't ridden a bike for a while.
How long would it take
From
me?
from
Aaron?
your house to take you 45 minutes?
Think it would take you that long?
I don't know. I did it before, and I don't remember how long it took me.
You don't think about it, but how long he's on 60 is it's decent.
No, yeah, it's
Decently
decent. But
Well, I mean,
Going
Google,
I mean,
back
if you
is
think
worse.
about it, he's only going like a third, or I mean, on 3rd Street and First Street or
Yeah.
Front Street.
You know what?
He's only
Google
going
told
like
me.
half the speed of the
Yeah.
legal speed limit anyway. So, I mean, it's going to take him twice as long, right?
Well, if they ever get the bike path all the way up to the Vola Dam like they planned, he could just get to that.
Yeah.
And go right here.
Go right
Google
there.
claims it would take me about 35 minutes,
35
Okay.
minutes. A lot of hills, man.
which I think makes sense because I think by car it takes me roughly 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that
How
would
much I
make
could
sense.
get from my house to here in like 10 or 15 minutes.
on a bike.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad.
I could walk it in 2 hours.
I have to try that in the sun. Nah, the summer's hot. I'm just going to drive
I have to try it in the winter. Nah, it's icy.
Yeah.
You know what? I give up.
now.
I was
while-
never going to do it. I'll do it 2 days in the spring, 2 days in the fall.
It rains too much
when
in
the
the
weather's
spring.
perfect.
Yeah, right. Fucking
wet
leaves get in
leaves
my
are too
face. I'm gonna
slippery.
crash. You can't see.
No, you need to do it now where it's like more temperate.
What the hell? My fucking the internet must be confused because it has me starting over there by that across the river, by in the Harmer area,
Harmer.
Oh, yeah.
over by Market Street. That's where it has me starting. I'm like, what? I wouldn't start there. So cut off like 3 minutes.
Okay.
What if you got like an electric bike? You don't have to pedal.
They
I
make
mean,
those.
You could do that.
They're really cool.
That could work maybe too,
Yeah.
but
They make
I'm
them
okay with
to
pedaling.
where you
Yeah.
can disengage the bike chain and just pedal to like charge the battery as you use it to,
Yeah.
to
I just, you
push
know,
the electric motor.
I'm sure Aaron's fine doing it coming here, but on the way back, just going
Going up that
Marsh Run
hill, going up
fuck
Slaughterhouse
that,
Hill.
You know,
That, yeah.
Fuck
First,
that.
Slaughterhouse is over on the other side, but that's
Like I would ride my bike
Marsh Run.
from my parents' house down to Whipple, where my friend lived, and I'd call my mom to come get me. But I'm not going back up Bond Hill. I'm not.
no.
It sucks, man. I
It
did it a
does.
couple times in like super hot heat, and I thought I was gonna die.
I pushed my motorcycle up that hill.
Ugh.
Even a motorcycle couldn't make it. Too steep.
No, I just crapped out. Valve spacing, it wouldn't run.
Eric, just get a pole, a rope, and hang a hamburger in front of you.
That's pretty good, actually. Who needs electric?
You know what I would like to? I'd like to do that and just drive or ride my bike with that, and people driving
People
by
think
being
it's-
like,
yeah,
"Dude, the other day I was
like
on
a
my way home,
self-propulsion machine.
and I was driving up that hill that you were just talking about, and you know how it goes into 2-lane.
Mm-hmm.
I usually go slower because like I'm gonna have to turn before too long, and I don't want someone to rear end me because it's not a great turn where it's at. So like I go slower. So I just was going 45 instead of 55.
Yeah.
Let
And the
people
car
go around
behind
you.
me went around me, and up on their dashboard was a Little Caesars pizza box. And then I looked over, and there's someone driving, but then there's this girl, and she has a Little Caesars pizza, and she's staring at me. She's just like, so when I looked over, I went, And she was like, and like spit it out. And then I saw her turn real quick over back to whoever the driver was. I don't know if it was like the reactor in me that just reacted to what was going on.
That's funny.
But like she was like trying to like, and just, I don't know what she was doing.
Yeah.
Being goofy or something. And then
Teasing you,
because
like, I got pizza.
because I reacted, she like freaked out about it.
That's
Funny. I guess she thought I was just going to be like confused. I don't know.
That's
But
how most people are around here.
It was a weird moment because I haven't had something like that happen in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since like I don't drive very far, so like there's not very many times I get in past or seen someone. So it was funny.
What will you miss about restrictions?
Well, I miss.
Like I like not doing anything.
People apologizing when
Having
they
a good
get too
excuse.
close to me.
Yeah.
Because there's all the time people just like not looking, they just bump into you and they just keep walking. It's like, motherfucker, personal space.
Yeah, like
People are
you
more
know,
aware of it now.
I'll have friends that be, hey, you want to go do something? I'm like, yeah, but can't, restrictions, Now I have to find another excuse.
Using it as an excuse. Yeah.
I mean, I like going to the movies and watching a movie, but I got really used to reacting to some movies on the channel. That was really cool.
That part was really nice.
I love doing a reaction just more, I mean,
Well-
the review's the same, but it's just something special about being able to because when I go to a movie now, my normal is reacting to something. So now I go to a movie, I'm like, shut the fuck up, don't say anything,
Yeah. I'm like petrified I'm going to start guffawing.
Yeah.
The what?
Guffawing?
Guffaw.
It's like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine when I fall out of my chair laughing.
That's a
Yeah.
guffaw.
Okay.
Guffawing down.
Okay. Like okay. Guffawing.
It's a word.
Well, Berserk is coming to an end.
Berserk is coming to an end.
Our reaction to it, which is a sad day.
Yep.
A sad day.
What was the first thing when we filmed our last reaction? I was like, Rick, I'm taking hold of that manga tonight. It was really funny.
But today is the last day where you can choose our destiny,
Yeah.
our fate, into what we're going to react to next.
Mm-hmm.
You can head over to blindwave.com or patreon.com/blindwave. And there's 10 shows that you can vote for.
Mm-hmm.
Ben 10, Trigun, Monster, Samurai Champloo, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Rurouni Kenshin, Batman the Animated Series, Teen Titans, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, Yu Yu Hakusho.
The only of those that I have seen is maybe 50% of Batman the Animated Series. I certainly haven't seen all of it.
I don't think I've seen like any of those.
But
I think
yes,
I've seen
I
like
haven't seen any.
episodes here and there of maybe Batman or
Yeah.
Teen Titans or something like that, but I don't think I've seen any of the rest.
I've seen most of them. But if you care what wins, today is your last chance.
Last day.
You can make 3 votes. First place gets 3 points, second place 2, and third place 1. And then whichever one gets the most points is the winner.
Now, Rick, you got to make a hint hunt for Berserk. What's it going to be like making a hint hunt to replace Berserk?
Why would I?
I know.
He's like, I'm done with hint hunts now. There's no
Yeah,
point.
This is the time.
Yeah, it was all working up to that.
Once they come out with a new good version of Berserk, I'll make another one.
Gotcha. Okay. So no more hint hunts. Right? Is that what we're saying? No
maybe.
more reveals on podcasts.
Maybe there'll just be more pictures of a blood orange, and that's all you get.
Yeah.
What's this mean?
Dexter.
Maybe make it a little bit more obscure than that.
Maybe.
It's hard though when you don't know what the show is. That's the hardest
Yeah.
thing. Like you can't make it about the show. You have to make it about something else. Because I knew the show, I knew like, oh, blood orange will work as
Sure.
as a nod towards it, you know.
Yeah.
But if I knew nothing about Dexter, what am I gonna post? Just fucking a laboratory? Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what to do. Like what's this?
I think the hint hunt that I did, or maybe we talked about it, and I remember posting it, was for Mob Psycho 100, where
Oh,
I
yeah.
just like shared a picture of 98 Degrees
Yeah.
one day. And the next day I shared a picture of Clone 99.
Yep.
And then we revealed Mob Psycho 100. People were like, and they guessed it immediately. There's no subtlety.
I hope that comes back. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
I missed
Some Mob
that.
Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have that going on right now on Patreon.
Yeah.
Also, we had to move around. If you got, I think we posted something, but I don't know if everyone saw it. But we had to move around some movie stuff
We did.
because we had a poll where Edge of Tomorrow won,
Yep.
which is a Tom Cruise movie.
And we didn't want to watch our first main Tom Cruise reaction without Tom Cruise's biggest fan.
Yeah, having to make a hint hunt for that would have been terrible because I had no idea. It turns out what that movie was about.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was
Basically.
confused with another Tom Cruise movie. I didn't even realize what it
I
was.
was confused with the exact same Tom Cruise movie.
Me too.
Which was the craziest part.
So yeah, instead of that, we ended up doing Tokyo Drift, which is currently on our Patreon.
Yep.
Ooh, man, that's a fun reaction.
Tokyo Drift.
Tomorrow we'll have another crew pick that's coming out tomorrow, which I don't know if we want to reveal or not. Do we want to reveal what it's going to be?
We'll reveal it later.
No, I want to. You mean like at the end of podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Speaking of the end of podcasts, I will be streaming Assassin's Creed: Wrath of the Druids, like right after podcast. So if you have played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, there's a new DLC that came out today. You don't have to get it. You can just watch me play it. No, you can. If you want. But I'm going to be playing that pretty much right after, so stick around. But maybe we'll also reveal what comes on as a crew pick tomorrow on Patreon.
I feel like Fast and the Furious franchise, so far anyway,
Yeah.
I haven't seen nearly as much as Aaron. But it's one of the things that Aaron and I can enjoy together, but I feel like for very different reasons.
Maybe.
For very different reasons, huh? I don't know. Watching back through, like when I rewatched 1 and then watched 2 and watched Tokyo Drift, I'm like, I remember, especially like 1 and 2, I remember them being better in my head than what I felt like I was watching as like a whole, as like a story. Like, and we talked about that a little bit too, and 2, like the way the stories and stuff kind of play out and whatnot. It's like, well, they're okay. But I'm really excited to get into further stuff and see like, what happens.
It's fun watching them now because I had seen 1 and I had seen like a couple clips of 2 before. But when I was a kid, I was like, oh man, look at these cool guys and their cool cars and doing cool things. And now I'm like an old man being like, this is really irresponsible, like you didn't leave your insurance information for that guy you sideswiped, fucking kids, you're not cool, you're delinquents. So I go in that regard. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I guess as a hint for the movie, it is not the next Fast movie.
It is not the next Fast movie.
No.
Nope.
Eric and Rick talked me out of it. Well, we already missed one.
Want to do that.
We already missed one with Calvin too. I didn't want to miss.
The next one is Fast Times at Ridgemont High, right?
That's actually the 6th one, Rick.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we had
get
talked
there.
about, well, let's try to get through them, and then, there's this new one coming out, this new Fast and Furious movie. But then we were like, well, they're not streaming, it's only available in movie theaters, so we don't necessarily have to rush, And maybe it might benefit not watching them one after another too. So, anyway. Surf Ninjas? I don't know. People keep asking about it.
Surf Ninjas.
Dude, Rick, do you know what I saw?
What?
Someone shared this to me in the games thing. It is on Nintendo Switch, coming soon. Is
What?
Zombie Ate My Neighbors.
Oh. Okay.
I was like, what?
I saw that too.
I was like, I can't believe Zombie Ate My Neighbors. I
What
love
did you think
that.
it was going to be?
I
Surf Ninjas?
thought it was going to be Surf Ninjas.
The Game Gear?
But I was like, well,
No, not
I'd
that.
have to come up with the Game Gear.
Not that. No.
Zombie Ate My Neighbors. Man. You think we could beat it?
I don't know. Maybe now. Maybe we're smarter.
Like,
than
if we
used
really
to be.
wanted to?
Though I've played games from when I was a kid. Like, I beat this game when I was a kid. I can't get past the 5th level. What the hell's wrong with me?
It's like being your dad when you were a kid. I was like, I can't figure out the buttons.
What the hell's wrong with me? My reaction time's too slow now, I don't know. So,
Maybe you see the frames on the TV differently now that they're all digital, like progressive scan instead of like those old CRT TVs. that
Well,
you
that's the
first played
thing with,
on.
like, going back and playing the old rhythm games. It's impossible. Like,
Yeah.
I can't go back and play Parappa the Rapper because of the latency.
issues of the TVs and
Yeah.
stuff. Gotcha.
I was like, I'm not this bad. It can't be me. And I looked it up, and yeah, it's a thing.
But yeah, no, I saw that. Sorry, that's not about the movies. Movies are good.
I'm excited. Is it a remake, or is it just like a port?
It didn't look like a remake. It looked like it's like a port of it coming over. There was Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Squad or something like that. I think was the other thing.
Yeah.
I said your dad is in like someone's dad, not my dad.
No, he meant his dad. I heard him.
No,
The mics didn't pick it up properly, but me and Eric both understood what he meant.
Dad was a gamer before I was.
And you were mocking him.
No, I was mocking your dad. My dad could 1v1 your dad.
Yeah. Let's meet you on Rust.
Okay. Bows only.
Oh, man. So yeah, so look forward to some more movies, and we'll talk more about that maybe later on before we end. But don't miss Eric's stream for Valhalla.
It's true.
'Cause that's a whole new thing, right? It's a DLC
Yeah.
that's never been just came out today, right?
Just came out today. I mean, with the way this game has already been, I know it's gonna feel like a normal length game, you know. But yeah, new story mission, new area. I think in where's it at? Somewhere in the UK. Where's it at? Where are druids from?
The forest, Sherwood.
From, like Scotland?
Now, Sherwood Forest is in the current base game because
Okay.
I was playing a little bit yesterday and I came upon what's pretty much Robin Hood, but all of his merry men were dead and I had to help avenge it.
I mean, it's
It's usually
think
Scotland or Ireland for
yeah,
druids.
it's
It's
typically
Ireland.
more of a Celtic kind of.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's Ireland, so I'll be in Ireland tonight.
Well, speaking of Robin Hood, tomorrow we'll be playing Hood Outlaws and Legends.
Oh yeah.
Which, whenever I was looking into wanting to play that, because like the game concept looked neat, I did not realize until after it came out that you are playing John, Robin, and like you're playing Robin Hood and his
Yeah.
men. You're going after the actual sheriff of Nottingham kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh really?
So it's an interesting thing. Like it's a 4v4 PvP PvE game.
okay.
There's 2 teams of 4 who can have the same 4 types of classes and stuff, and they're trying to steal the sheriff's loot and get out with it, and then you're trying to give it to the poor people, right?
Gotcha.
So like you're trying to do that, and they're trying to do that, so you're fighting against
There's
each other. So
2 Robins. They're both
It's
trying
not
to
going to
steal
be
the treasure.
anything like
They can be
where
4.
chat can
8.
send a giant monster or something at us.
No,
is
there won't be any chat interaction
personal
necessarily.
Although
Although
with
I
it.
do
but-
love.
I do
man,
love
I
that.
love Vermintide. I miss Vermintide.
But it'll be interesting kind of playing. I know Calvin's played a little bit of it. Eric and Rick, you guys haven't gotten a chance to play. I did try it out a little bit before.
I got it
so.
installed. I'm ready to go.
Yep, me too.
But yeah, so it'd be interesting to try that and see how that's going to go. I didn't even say neat. Neat. Do I say neat and then we said neat?
Should I get to some questions?
I think you said it's a pretty neat game.
It's pretty neat.
Questions would
Something
be
like that,
neat.
maybe.
Yeah, we have a few questions.
All right, let's do it.
If you guys have questions, you guys can use your tokens down in the bottom of chat on the bottom left.
Yeah. the little
Submit for a
purple-
question. We'll try to answer what we can. If we don't get to your question, you'll get your points back.
Tracer James, hey guys, just finished your Die Hard commentary. It was fantastic. Do you know when more commentaries will return in the future?
I mean,
We've been waiting for COVID restrictions largely.
We don't
Yeah.
have a date as of right now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
whenever they can come back, they'll come back.
I mean, we recently started doing a movie reaction a week,
Yeah, to kind
which
of
kind of took the
fill
place
in
of
that spot.
commentaries as well.
Yep.
And we're not only having a lot of fun with that, but they've also been pretty successful too. So commentaries I love, but you know, for a lot of people, they don't have the time or the trouble to actually sync up and watch along. They'll kind of just listen to it like a podcast, which is fine, but it does kind of, you know, put its viewership down a little bit too. So if we do it, we want to find a way that we can make it as entertaining for everyone as possible.
Harry Parther, hey guys, recently watched Tenet and loved it. Seen it 3 times now. I enjoy it more with every viewing. Loved your reaction to the movie. This wasn't mentioned in the discussion, but Robert Pattinson's character is basically River Song from Doctor Who.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
I can kind of understand what they mean a little bit.
Like meeting at different points.
Kind of.
Al Hussein, Aaron, have you seen Saw 2? I feel like you would love a certain scene. Evil laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen
He's
a
seen the
few of
scene.
the Saws. I've seen Saw. Oh, I saw Saw.
You have seen Saw.
Did you see Saw?
You played the game?
I played at least the first Saw game. I don't think I played the second Saw game. The craziest thing was when I was talking to Melanie about, because I was like, Mel, I watch Saw, and she doesn't like horror movies and stuff too. And then I'm like, well, it's not really that scary. And she goes, yeah, but it's all gory and stuff, right? I'm like, no, it's not. It's not like there's guts falling out on the floor and stuff. You know, it's not that kind of movie. And whichever one we watched, there was like a giant pendulum that was swinging above, and it cut a guy like in half, and his guts literally fell into the floor. And I'm like, I can't believe after what I just said, this is the first like 5 minutes of the movie. Like she looked at me like, you motherfucker,
Check
like,
the tape.
you lied.
Son of a bitch.
And I've yet to live that one down too, where like she'll look at me sometimes like, not like guts just fall on the floor, right? I'm like, ah. But no, I'm interested in there's a new Castlevania. There's a new Saw one that is coming out called something. But it stars Chris Rock.
Spiral?
Spiral. That's it. It stars Chris Rock and damn, someone else I think too. I think it was like 2 bigger names in it. I know Chris Rock was one of them. And I was like, ooh, I like Chris Rock, so I was wanting to be able to catch up and watch
instead
that.
of
Gotcha.
Saw, it's Drill.
Well, I think it's
Samuel
like
L. Jackson?
maybe that's who it is. Is it Sam Jackson in it?
Yeah.
Damn. So that's what it is. Jackson and Chris Rock. That's why I wanted to see it. So I was curious in that. I don't know that I'm all caught up with it, so I still need to get through some to be able to watch it.
Yeah.
It has been. I did
is there
toss
a lot
around a
of
little bit
carryover?
as like, for what? For that one?
For like the plot.
I don't know. I'm not really sure timeline of like where this one takes place, if it's before or after events of anything. Because movies will do that. Where like, well, now we're gonna go to a prequel of this, and now we're gonna go to a sequel of this, or now we're gonna,
Okay,
whatever.
gotcha.
So I don't know exactly where it fits, but I know the first few Saw movies I watched were important enough and sequential enough that like character stuff kind of carried over in some fashion. But I only got into like 3 or 4, I think, and I think there's like 6 or something. I don't know how many there are.
I think I've seen 3 or 4. But
So.
when did you watch the Saw movie with Melanie? How long ago was that?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure we lived in the house that we're in now, which would have been like after 2012.
I had a similar experience like that with Maggie, who to this day has still not forgiven me. We watched Osagi Drop, which is an anime, and I said like it's really heartwarming, and it turned out to be really sad. Like we were both crying, and I was like, I'm not crying. It's my icy heart melting coming out of my eyes.
This is heartwarming.
But she's never forgiven me since. And to my credit, I found it on like a top 10 most heartwarming anime list.
That's funny. Well, I mean, mine was like, I've seen a few of these. They're not usually that. They weren't like Hostel or, like some of those movies where they're just about like the violence and the gore and that
The
kind of
torture
stuff.
porn stuff.
Yeah, they weren't. I didn't feel like they were that extent, Like there's one scene I really hated in Saw 2. The rest were kind of like, man, those suck. That's pretty bad. But it wasn't like super terrible in my opinion at the time. But I imagine it's just they had to amp it up as they went along. And that's just the natural progression, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Bex, I had no idea Castlevania Season 4 came out today. Just 2 days ago, I thought of watching a recap of the season. Are you going, watching the reactions as a recap, are you going to do the episode soon or wait to have more time?
I mean, we'll be getting to Castlevania when we can. I don't think you're going to be seeing it like today or nothing like that. So don't be waiting up for it. But we'll get it on there as soon as we can. We have a lot of other stuff going on right now with a lot of shows. It's just pretty packed. So, but it's
I'm
definitely
excited
something
for it, though.
Definitely something Rick and I want to watch and get out.
Yes. Greenton. Hey, Eric and Aaron, what do you think of the current season of The Flash? Are you just as confused as I am at the moment?
I mean, I'm personally giving it still some leeway just because of COVID restriction stuff that happened last season to this season. It feels messy. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, it certainly has had these last 2 episodes there, and I've had some pretty crazy discussions about like the stakes and what's happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not what it used to be for me. But I think it has the potential. There's a couple things working against it right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's got like there's some things that I kind of like, and I'm interested to see where they go.
Yeah.
There's a few things that are a little weird, and I'm like, I don't really get this part here, but I'm definitely interested to see like where it goes. And I've been with these characters so far already that I want to see where it goes. And like, I mean, you could get a Game of Thrones situation where everyone liked a lot of the earlier stuff, and then it fell off towards the end. That's a possibility too, but I might as well at least see where it goes since I've already invested this much time into it already anyway,
Yep.
So, and it's also not that I hate it or anything.
No.
Like we also ranked
good time
Flash as a
watching it.
whole still like average or so, I think it was. So like it's not like a show that I dislike. It's just a show where I'm like, I like these characters, I like the show. I'm just not sure what they're doing.
Like I could probably say the same things, some of the same things about Flash as I do about Legends of Tomorrow, but Legends of Tomorrow is so fun. The Flash has lacked some fun for some time.
Sure. I can kind of get that.
Like I had so much fun watching Legends, and there's stuff that I'm like, this is stupid, and I hate that they've done this. But damn, if it's not funny.
For sure.
All right. Free Indigo Forest, with regards to Bad Batch, considering what Nalase did and Lama Su have done, do you think that the Kaminoan
Kaminoan.
uprising could be brought back into canon?
Possibly. I mean, the whole idea of, mining the best of canon, I know some people don't love it. I personally kind of like it because, I mean, it can be this kind of like almost battleground. What did people like? What did they not like of the old Legends continuity? And then bringing that back in a new way that makes sense with the new canon can work. We'll see. I mean, there's definitely some evidence, especially with Lama Su's line of we'll see what the Empire's intentions are, and they might be doing some stuff. But I don't want to go too far into what the old one used to be.
Sure, because you don't know what they're going to do in the
surprises too.
You don't know what they're going to do in the future, and it's kind of like us with some of the comic book shows where it's like, well, this is stuff that people know from the comics. It's like, well, I don't know that, so like I might be surprised by this turn or that turn versus someone from the comics, or they might not even use it exactly, and they might just kind of toss some other twist in there,
Yeah.
Monkey Keyblade, because of Assassin's Creed Valhalla's new DLC released today, do you guys have a favorite DLC from any video game franchise? StarCraft, was it Brood War?
Brood War was that was the expansion to. Nah, I mean that's the thing too. Is like back in the day, is that considered a DLC or was that just like an expansion you bought? 'Cause then that was like a new disc too.
It was a new disc, but it had a new campaign.
Because I would say like Age of Empires 2 Conquers, if you count those sort of things.
But it
was really good.
But it's not StarCraft 2. That's a different game.
Man, I don't know. Trying to think of what DLCs I've played that I really changed the
Civ
game.
5 Brand New World really changed it and made it the best Civ game for me. That was the third expansion for it. I liked Minerva's Den for Bioshock 2 more than I liked Bioshock 2. So that probably goes in there. Also, same with Shivering Isles in Oblivion, I would say.
Yeah,
I probably like Shivering Isles better.
That's true.
Throne of Ball for Baldur's Gate was really good.
I honestly liked the DLC for Assassin's Creed 3, King George Washington. Like alternate history stuff was pretty cool. There's like a pyramid and everything. It was
Far Cry
great.
3 Blood Dragon was a standalone thing, I think. It wasn't DLC, but that was really good.
Oh, I forgot. I think I played through. See, I didn't realize it either because I didn't play it when it first came out. But I think I played through a DLC of Dark Souls, and it added some more bosses and stuff to it, if I recall. So that's kind of interesting.
If I didn't say it yet, Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, that was probably the best one.
I don't think I've played many DLCs.
I mean, I played the Spider-Man DLCs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were all pretty good, but they also
Do
just kind
mods count as DLC?
Normally not, but
Um,
you can answer.
I mean, DayZ.
Ah, okay.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, if a mod doesn't count, then Operation Arrowhead because of the Epoch mod. I played the shit out of that. Like almost 2,000 hours into that game.
Someone said Left Behind from Last of Us. I haven't played it.
I did play that.
So I don't know.
It was
Left
good.
Behind was really good. Yeah.
I haven't finished GTA 5, let alone DLC for it.
No.
Blood Sable. Is there a show you watched outside of Blindwave you wish could have been a reaction on the channel? Yuri on Ice with me and Maggie. I wish could have been.
Friends.
Friends.
I don't know. I watched through that like on my own like not too long ago. I was like, maybe we should have reacted to this. I don't know.
Arrested Development.
Psych is one that I really like. That I like. I kind of wish we could do a reaction to it just because I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
But also like I've already seen it now and stuff, so I'm like I don't know.
Yeah.
Mine was Barry.
Barry.
When I watched Barry, I was like, man, this would have been really good as a reaction. Huh? Too late. Already watched it. And then it was like, you guys could watch it. I think it's good enough. I think you'll enjoy it. I remember someone being like, one of you guys being like, you think it's reaction material though? And I'm like thinking about all the things. I'm like, yeah.
There's
Did you hear us
definitely
back here today?
Yeah.
there's definitely some shows where it's like I'm like, man, I love this show,
Uh-huh.
and I know other people are gonna love this show, but is this a reaction
Yes.
type of show?
Yeah.
Because there's definitely shows where it's like, well, this is good, but it's reaction-wise, like there's not too much. It's what I was worried about with like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Rick and Morty. Of like, is that a reaction-worthy show though? Like, what are they gonna do? Is it just us laughing or what?
Is it gonna be discussion or is it just laughing and then not a whole lot to talk about at the end?
One that I think would have been good would have been maybe the first time Eric and I watched Clone Wars. You know, like it might have been interesting having like what our thoughts were initially when watching, and being able to discuss and capture those moments a little bit. Just because like we have like Rick and Calvin, but we're watching through with them on like Rebels and stuff too. Where we didn't have the beginning of Rebels either, right? Like, did we react to Rebels in season 3, 2?
I think there was Siege. Season 2 opened, and we did it after that.
That might have been.
I think
we were catching kind of the beginning, middle of that. So, just some of that kind of stuff would have been interesting to like maybe get some of our first opinions of those before kind of like having that information later on and whatnot. So,
I mean, I think Fringe is a fantastic show that I always thought that would be good for discussion and theories. You know, like all these different twists and turns, and it especially has like there's a great thing, especially in its season 1, where it's like eagle-eyed viewers might catch something that later will be like, oh shit, I should have been looking for this, So that would have been really good. So I think Fringe would have been a really good one. But maybe that will also be something that will one day be on the channel.
Maybe. Did you have anything, Calvin, that you wish?
Something that I've seen, not in a reaction that I want all you guys to watch, or just something that I've watched that I wish I could have reacted to.
Yeah, the second one, I would say. So I would want to have reacted to Fringe.
I mean, Stargate. Both ways.
I mean, I'm happy that I got Lost. Lost was the one that I was like, that would make for good reactions, definitely, and it definitely has.
Sure.
So
my reactions for Doctor Who would have been nice, because the thing with Doctor Who for me was that I watched random episodes here and there at Radio Shack when I worked there.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't really get to experience it the way everyone did when they watched it. Mine was kind of jumbled all over, and I'm like, this looks interesting, but I don't know. And then my watch through of it, I'm like, this is really good. Too bad I already knew X,
Yeah.
So it would have been nice not knowing that and just being able to do a reaction to it.
Yeah.
Mine might be Seinfeld, because if people think I laugh for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the first time I watched Seinfeld was so much worse.
Yep.
I need to watch Seinfeld, because I really don't.
Now,
I really don't know.
I die.
It doesn't like I've seen an episode or two, but I don't laugh like I do in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine like just cracks me up, and Seinfeld I'm just kind of like, all right, Jerry.
All right, Jerry.
Who are these people?
Any questions that will we react to or will be on the poll? The answer is maybe. Weekly reminder. Boba Skywalker says, chip, 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 LOL.
It's supposed to be cheap, 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 cheap,
Cheap, cheap, cheap, cheap, cheap.
Chip, 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 LOL.
Yeah, but I could be an E. Cheap, cheap.
Except after C.
Moving on.
That's not the rule.
That's not how it goes, yeah. Wait a minute.
James, what are your go-to orders when you order Chinese and Indian food? Indian, it's chicken tikka masala.
Yep.
I think it's everyone's now because of me, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, try the chicken tikka masala. It's so good. Mine is chicken tikka masala. I had it first before any of you guys.
Hey, didn't. I was born first.
What? That doesn't give you the right.
My first year.
You don't get to own chicken tikka masala. But yeah, mine's chicken.
I get the chicken parkour platter too.
When I go to Star of India,
I get the chicken pakor platter too. It's really good.
Calvin just copies whoever's around at the time.
No, I got the pakor platter on my own before I even knew he was going there.
I don't know how many times I would go to the restaurant with Calvin, and Calvin would be behind me in a line. And
That's
I would
true.
order whatever it is, and then I'd move on, and then I'd hear him order the exact same thing. And it wasn't like we went to the same place. We would be at different places, and he'd almost always order the exact same thing I got. And I don't know if he had a similar taste. If he was like, well, Aaron usually
I do
picks
have a similar
good...
taste to you.
Aaron knows usually what he's getting. That's a good idea. Or,
And you
or what?
usually
I have no
know
idea.
what is good. And I don't want to try something that I'm not going to like, and I've just wasted my money and my time eating this shit that I don't like. So I'm going to at least try something that I know someone who has similar taste to me likes.
Didn't we have a battle in like drive-thrus where we kept trying to pay for each other in the drive-thru back
Yeah,
and
we
forth?
did.
Where, like we try to get ahead of each other and then pay for the guy behind us. I don't know why that happened, but it kept happening. I'd be like,
Yeah. You would try to get ahead of me and like pay for me, and I would get behind you and have what you had.
You would.
Sometimes I can't believe what you two will argue about. You argue about who pays for the drive-through.
They're like a father and son.
Yeah.
As far as for Chinese, whenever I go to China Wind, usually the thing I always get is chicken broccoli. I get chicken broccoli with like white rice or whatever and an egg roll. For Star of India, I always get chicken tikka masala and mixed naan.
Yeah, I get chicken tikka masala, chicken pakor platter for Indian food, and then Chinese food. Haven't gone to Chinese very much, but I usually like orange chicken with broccoli and rice. I don't usually like a roll of any kind. And then I've also tried from Panda Express. I can't remember what it's called. Carmen knows what it is. It's like some kind of sesame walnut chicken or something like that. It's really good.
And
Honey sesame chicken. That's what it is.
Chicken tikka masala and a sesame chicken.
Sesame chicken.
Yeah, chicken tikka masala and a bunch of fortune cookies.
I think that's it.
There you go.
The only time I had anything different, I think, from Star of India was buffet-wise, and I would just get like whatever had chicken in it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
And I was just like, I'll just get chicken stuff.
honestly, with Chinese, I try to get something different every time, and it always just ends up like, yep, that tastes like Chinese.
Yeah, I started getting steamed dumplings at the Chinese restaurant, and I'm like, man, I've never had these. Are pretty good. They give you like this little sauce thing that you dip it into.
Oh yeah, I've had
Yeah.
those.
These are pretty good.
Those are really
the
good.
fried
yeah.
ones though, their fried stuff, all their fried stuff is very hard.
Yeah.
Like crab ragoons or whatever they've
Yeah.
got. I'm like, damn. I'll stick with instead of fried dumplings, I'm going with steamed dumplings.
Yeah.
They're just nice, soft.
Absolutely.
Question.
Boba Skywalker asks, Sega Saturn or Sega Dreamcast?
I never had a Sega.
It's a tough one.
Never had either.
Sega.
I would probably say Saturn, although I think it would have been Dreamcast had it been around longer. But there are so many great games for the Saturn. There are good games for the Dreamcast too, but it just died too soon.
Like your Xbox.
Yes. It's true. Vesper, if you could save a figure from history from being assassinated, who would you pick?
Why are you laughing?
Because I was gonna,
Didn't die.
I was gonna say immortal.
Immortal.
I had the same thought.
Yeah, that was the first thing that jumped in my head. From being assassinated? Like
Yeah.
specifically from being assassinated.
Assassinated.
All right. I'm trying to think of who all I know that's been assassinated. I only got 3 in my head right away.
I'll pick Lincoln just because that's the only one I know.
Really?
Yep, I wanted to say it first.
The 2 I have are I got Lincoln and JFK.
Yeah.
But then there's also Martin Luther King. Right?
That would be really
Because wasn't
good.
he assassinated too?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Man, I don't know. It's hard to tell what any of them would have done continuing on, you know, because I imagine they were killed because they were doing something that.
What would the world be like if Caesar wasn't assassinated? I imagine it would be very different.
What would
Yeah.
the world
I
be
don't
like
think I'd
if?
change- I don't think I'd save anyone.
You think you'd save anyone?
No, because what inevitably was going to happen is I'm going to create some kind of butterfly effect, and then I'm not going to exist,
What?
and then I wouldn't have assassinated them, and then then they would have come back.
No,
and I
you're
would
not going
exist.
back and assassinating them. You're going back and saving them.
No, yeah, but he's saying like if he goes back and saves them, then the chain of events changes so that he doesn't actually live.
Yeah.
Which means he can't go
I
back to
can't
stop the
it, thus they
assassination.
get
Which means they're
again,
assassinated
and
anyway.
It's a vicious cycle of me not existing and that person dying anyway.
I'll go with. You took Lincoln. I'll do MLK.
Okay.
If you took MLK, I'll do Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Okay.
Okay. That would have a big impact.
Stops a world war, doesn't it?
Stops the
2
Great
of them.
War.
Yeah.
Because the second one happened because of how the first one ended.
Yeah.
So,
So, what a great part that was in Doctor Who. World War II?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that for a long time.
Yeah.
before I could come up with an answer.
That's just the first one that I thought of that no one else had taken.
Hey, Aaron. I watched Thor 2, The Dark World, the other day,
Okay.
which I liked more than I liked before.
Sure.
But King Bor, I think is his name, which is Odin's father, is Vincent from Vincent and the Doctor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, huh.
Are you taking notes on all these as you watch
No.
through these? Is that what you do?
I was just watching them. I told these guys the other day. I texted them. I was like, guys, I just watched Iron Man 3. Fucking, I saw Johnny Cage. Sure enough, he's in there for one shot. He's like an Air Force guy that looks down when they're talking about Air Force One being taken over.
Yep.
He's like, can we confirm that? I'm like, that's fucking Johnny Cage. He got a role in this movie. Good for him. His career's coming back.
We can see how far it's gotten.
Yep.
It'd be great if like that specific character and that actor return in one of the later movies.
That would be
It's like,
great.
oh, you didn't think he was going to be important, but
Yeah.
actually,
Oh.
JXG Plays. Aaron makes reference to Power Rangers a lot. If the rest of you watch the show, what are your favorite seasons/teams?
I've only seen Mighty Morphin and when they were dressed like ninjas.
I think I've only seen all of Mighty Morphin. And
Yeah.
I've seen like snippets here and there of some of the others.
I say, if you're saying when they're dressed like ninjas, that's still Mighty Morphin.
It is.
It doesn't actually change.
Sure.
And then the aquatic ninjas come in, and it's still, I think, technically Mighty Morphin until they get to Zeo.
I had a VHS tape. No, I had 3 VHS tapes with 2 episodes each, and I watched that a lot.
Yeah.
So you guys, as far as like, do you have a favorite theme song? Is it just the original?
Just the original.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I've
Mighty
heard the
Morphin
other
Power
theme songs,
Rangers,
I
Mighty
just it's
Morphin Power Rangers.
it's like when I hear a Pokemon song. It's like, well, now I have to listen to the real Pokemon song, and then I can stop.
Sure.
Sorry, Calvin was singing the theme song for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Did you not hear
Were
him?
you on Turtles?
Did you not hear him? He's like, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Heroes in a half shell.
Power Rangers. Like, what the-
Morphin.
I was just like, yep, Calvin.
That's funny.
Oh, man.
Canister. Are any of you interested in streaming the Mass Effect Legendary Edition? Comes out tomorrow. Some of the best sci-fi lore comparable to Star Wars. Best way to play the trilogy.
Is that coming tomorrow?
That's what Canister says.
The ham.
I
Is
knew
that
it
what
was
you're
soon.
going to next, Eric?
I don't know.
I haven't played Mass Effect yet. Have you?
Rick, between me,
Oh.
playing, I have not. I've never played it. Have you never played it? Have you?
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you
it's
guys,
whoever wins,
we need to do a race.
beats their game.
We need to do a
First.
race.
I mean, that's
A race of Mass
it's
Effect?
not going to be me.
yeah.
I know.
It'd be shorter than Pokemon.
I'm sorry, a DLC, but it's Assassin's Creed. Damn.
Wait, a race of Mass Effect would be shorter than Pokemon?
No, I was talking about we should race to see who finishes our current game, so we can claim Mass Effect.
Oh. I was saying that you three should race the remastered Mass Effect,
Yeah.
and that it would be shorter than our
I can't imagine
our
that taking
randomizer
less than
run.
9 weeks.
It's
I mean,
not an incredibly long game.
I imagine it like KOTOR, and I
It's
imagine
not
like
that long.
I finished it in 2 casual days of playing.
I don't know. That might. I have to do a poll or something of what my next game is going to be. So maybe I could throw Mass Effect on there.
I would want to do Mass Effect, but once I get done with Tsushima, I need to see where Final Fantasy Remake Part 2
Where
is in
that's
the
at.
pipeline.
Is
Because
it-
I have to play Crisis Core before that comes out. Or I want to. Click. Useless. Have you heard the rumors of a Mando and Boba Fett video game? Many sources have reported it. Mandalorian feels like a video game already, so it could be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely heard the rumors. I also just never trust rumors ever anymore, because even the ones that I do hear, it's just like, this sounds like this guy just made this up. You know? I don't know.
yeah. I
Rumor,
mean, there's been
like channels, rumor leak channels, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I find it either incredibly spoilery or incredibly fake and boring. It's just not the kind of thing that I go for. So I have heard of those kind of things. I just don't put any trust into it until I see like a trailer or something, you know?
sure. I mean, there's been rumors all the time like that,
Yeah.
and we had various information here and there way back to 1313. You know,
Yeah,
when
like,
that was coming out. And
I don't bother ever to read an article from We Got This Covered. You know,
I just-
there's certain sites out there I'm like, I just don't believe this.
I usually
bet
just
it'll
wait.
be an HD remake of Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe
I
they might do
would
that.
like that.
Yeah.
That's the Boba Fett game,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Jango
The
Fett
Jango
game, or
Fett.
whatever.
Yeah, because they just did the remake of the Clone Trooper game.
The I usually just wait until there's like a trailer, and then I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is probably really gonna come out. Though sometimes that doesn't work out either.
Sometimes it doesn't. I don't want to read any Schmoedown spoilers for people who want to watch the match, but Eric's match is available. correct?
Yes, it is on the Schmodown Entertainment Network.
Eric, now that you completed most of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where does it rank among the Assassin's Creed games you've played?
It's really hard to rank it against the other Assassin's Creed I've played except for Origins. I certainly haven't played them all. I never finished the one in France. I never played the one in England. Not England, I'm in England now. What was it called?
The one in France.
Well, the one in France, I think, was Unity. I started Unity, but never finished
Wasn't
it.
there a Liberty?
Maybe Syndicate.
Syndicate.
Syndicate was what it was.
Syndicate. Okay.
Yeah, I never played that one. I've played everything else, though, except for Odyssey. I did play Origins. But Valhalla is certainly, for me, it's way better than Origins. I would put it above the first Assassin's Creed just because the first Assassin's Creed, while it's fun, it's, it could be a little tedious at times.
It's a bit dated.
Yeah. And Assassin's Creed 2 is really hard to beat, like the Ezio Auditore stuff. But I also really love Black Flag. I really love Connor. I really love Rogue. I don't know. I mean, I've certainly played this one more than all the others combined.
Really?
So I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I'm definitely excited to check out here in like a half hour or so the new DLC.
B. Lament says Pog. I assume he's talking about the discs that you slap down.
That's exactly what.
Probably Pogs,
Yep.
yeah.
Raylex, haven't you seen anything about the recent rise of the TMNT cartoon? Had a controversial reactions, but it's a fun show, and the fight animation choreography is straight out of the best anime style and quality.
No.
I have not. Isn't Rise the one that changed up some things? I haven't seen any of the news.
Like they're different like species of turtles. Is that one?
Yeah, like I think like Raph is the leader. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
We
or is this
reacted to a trailer
Weird.
on the podcast.
It was just very
Already
different. If
sounds
it
right.
is, I haven't seen anything of that one. The only ones I've seen have been some of the old school ones, and then I've seen. I think it is the one. It looks like it.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything.
I haven't watched any of this one. I've seen some episodes of the 2012 Turtles. That one seems really cool. I really like that one. But yeah, I haven't seen any of the Rise yet.
Animation looks cool. I don't love the art style, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Genndy Clone Wars maybe mixed with some anime. The action and animation looks really, really slick and clean. I will say that. But I don't see any pizza, so clicking off of it. I'm not going back.
Chaos Theory, is there going to be a Red Dead Redemption 2 stream at some point?
I've played it myself. Do you guys play Red Dead
I
Redemption?
don't think I'll play it on stream.
I've played a few hours of it. I probably wouldn't play it on stream.
It seems like the pacing is not good for streams, I would imagine.
I have not played it. I don't know. I played a little bit of it. It definitely has a slower feel to it to me, but I also didn't get very far, so I want to try it at some point, but there's other games I want to try too.
It's definitely a slower paced story.
Mm-hmm. Really good. I enjoyed the whole thing, but I probably agree.
Narwhal. Hey guys, Castlevania comes back tomorrow. Eric and Calvin, I'm begging one of you to join for season 4.
I haven't watched any of the others.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Although you've all played one of the games. Now.
Yes.
I've played like 2 levels,
Calvin definitely lost that one.
like 4 times, over and over again.
The game that the show's based off from is even harder than that one. Oh god, it's so much harder. Castlevania 3. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Super Scroll asks.
Yes.
All right.
I haven't
I'd
been
say it's more
playing
like a taco.
Valhalla for almost a year, have I?
Sandwiches have
No.
2 separate pieces of bread. A hot dog bun is made from a single piece.
So
Feel
when
like
I
you
go
played
to
Zelda for a year.
Subway, and I have them make me a sandwich, they're making me a taco.
But it's 2 separate
It's
pieces
not.
of
They
bread.
cut it and then they open it, and when I eat it, the one side's usually still intact.
Nah,
so
mine
you're telling
never
me,
is. I get enough toppings
What if
to
about
where
a
it's a
flatbread?
sandwich.
What if they make a flatbread?
I don't like
taco.
these trick questions. We all know what a taco is. We know what a hot dog is. We know what a sandwich is. We're trying to mix things up.
But
Confuse
Eric,
me.
eventually we're going to have to program computers and replicators to make us hot dogs. And we're going to have to be able to explain to a machine what is a hot dog.
It'll take me 10 seconds.
It's a stick of meat in a bun.
I'm saying.
Poor quality meat,
If-
hot dog bun.
If you took that hot dog
Machines.
bun and instead of putting a hot dog in it, if you just put like lunch meat in it and cheese and then ate it this way, is that a sandwich? What's the difference?
That's a taco.
It's not a taco. You obviously it's not a taco. It is obviously not a taco.
Come on.
I say sandwich.
Is
Ever
water
seen...
wet?
Yes.
I'm the only one that cares about the rules.
Is water wet, or does it only make things wet and itself is not wet?
What? No.
You get wet when you get water on you, but is water wet?
Yes.
What gets wetter as it dries?
What?
What gets wetter as it dries?
I know. Okay, say it.
No.
I know the answer too, Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want Calvin. He
Don't look
can't
at chat.
Calvin can't speak again until he gets it.
All right. Don't look at chat. When you have the answer, say it loud.
I don't know.
It's a hot dog.
What?
A towel.
It's a hot dog.
Oh, okay.
A towel.
Kyle in the Sky. Ever seen Chronicle 2012? If so, did you like it?
I don't know what that is.
I have.
What was it?
Chronicle.
Nope.
Superhero movie
Oh, yeah, from
by Landis.
well, yeah, he wrote it. Who directed it?
He directed it, I think.
Is this live action or animated?
It's live action.
Is this the one
'cause
with Will Smith?
Either the guy that wrote that or that
Was it Max Landis?
Max Landis.
Josh Trank. That's what it is. Because he was hired to do a Fantastic Four, right? The new
Right.
one.
Yeah.
And then he was hired to do Boba Fett, a Boba Fett movie. And he was so unprofessional, they just straight up fired him. And we got the Mandalorian instead.
Huh.
Thank God.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, haven't seen it.
Don't know it.
It's like it's a superhero show, but it's not a superhero show. It's
A movie.
The Chronicles is the
It's
closest thing America has to an Akira movie. I've seen Akira.
I have not. No, wait. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
That was the anime.
yes.
Yeah, that was the anime.
Akira.
You certainly have. I have video proof
Yeah, I've seen that one.
We all do.
that you've seen it.
I don't think I've seen it. I think it's a lie.
Oh man, I was playing Valhalla as I have been for the last 25 weeks. But 2 weeks ago, I think I was at home doing like the side missions, and I was doing this quest for this guy who was going to give me cake in return because Ivor loves cake. And at the end, the guy's like, "Sorry, I don't have the cake." And Ivor, in his Viking accent, is like, "You're telling me the cake was a lie?" It was
Nice.
it was amazing.
That's good.
I get. What's next?
It's hilarious.
Grim Alkin, how goes the Blind Wave Irregulars Challenge? I haven't looked at it in a long time.
We should work on that.
It's a
Rick.
regular.
We should.
I mean,
You
if
guys
anything,
should've
you're
worked
keeping
on
up
that
to the
while I was
name.
gone.
It's a regular.
It's true. It's true. Not enough time in the day.
Nope.
Dr. Teak, did you hear that the Demon Slayer movie is now officially the highest grossing movie worldwide for 2020? Did amazing in Japan, decent in the US. Also, not much else released worldwide in the calendar year for 2020.
I mean, I'm sure it did very well. You know, anime movies have been doing a lot better, but it reminds me of those guys right when the shutdown happened that paid to have their movie shown in a theater,
Right.
and they were the only ones in a theater, so they were officially like
The number one
the
of the
number
weekend.
one at the box office. But hey, stuff's opening back up, and I know Broly did super well in theaters, so I'm sure the Demon Slayer is doing good too.
Sure.
All right, well, I think we should probably get into bits and donations.
Very well.
Yes, and make sure you guys are sticking around here because I will be starting Assassin's Creed Valhalla: Wrath of the Druids shortly after this stream, so don't go anywhere.
Ooh.
What?
Nothing. He's gonna be playing
The
a game.
donuts?
No, it's not donuts.
You got donuts?
I don't have donuts.
Ooh.
All right. Lewick, 7 months subscription. Happy Podcast Thursday Blind Wave. Thank you.
Thank you, Lewick. Thank you for the 7 months.
Thank you.
Twitcher95 resubscribed for 28 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Twitcher.
The Frenzy for 44 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you so much.
crazy.
That is such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
-0, which I chuckled at before we started. Subscribed for 8 months. Sent this the moment the timer hit 420. Nice, because I'm a 12-year-old mentally. Go Free resubscribed for 28 months.
Thank you, Go Free.
I don't want to spoil Smowdown results, but he says, believe it.
Thank you.
Also enjoying the reactions to Just Kidding. Oh, must be
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
I did that.
Just kidding. That's hilarious. I know what happened now.
Hilding, 200 bits, weekly loving.
Thank you, Hilding.
Green Inton gifted 2 subs. Thank you very much. Stretch91 subscribed for 15 months.
Thank you, Stretch.
Thank you very much. Tracer James resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
For 4 months.
Calder Robin and Creares both for 23 months.
Ooh.
Well, thank you very much.
so much, both of you, for the 23 months.
Tattoo Mo resubscribed at tier 2 for 22 months.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much.
Much appreciated.
Chaos Theory, 100 bits. Naruto opening number 4 hype.
Oh. Yeah.
Indeed.
Hi.
It was a good day.
It was a great, great day.
It was a good day. Garrick Loran, although I still think 1's my favorite,
Fighting Dreamer.
but it has been stuck in my head all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
All day.
Mine too.
Garrick Loran, OW, resubscribed for 45 months. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Garrick Loran.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Rob Jackson, resubscribed for 3 months. Keep up all the good work, fellas.
Thank
Thanks.
you, Rob.
Thank you. Ralix, nope, that's a redemption. I need to filter this. And Don, Eba, 37 months. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
37.
Gurnan Logan, 30 bits. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready Roo, subscribed for the first time. Welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Welcome.
Ready, Roo.
Camera Tagus, resubscribed for 5 months.
It's like,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Totoro.
Narwhal, subscribed for the first time.
Narwhal.
Luke Mees, subscribed for the first time.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank
Very
you.
much. Before I get back to it, I should probably check exercises.
I'm on there, Rick.
Okay.
I figured there were gonna be somethings. I guess I can pass them out now, right?
Yeah.
Say, we still
So I can
haven't
keep reading
revealed
'cause
what
none of them
our
are for me.
movie reaction was going to be, right?
Sit-ups.
We can't forget that.
Reveal, yes.
Yeah.
Well, if there's any exercises, then no. We'll see.
Well,
there are
darn.
several. Sit-ups
Too bad.
from Railix JMJ for Aaron. Welcome back, Calvin.
Thank you.
Push-ups from Rail, Aaron. Squats on Hammy Priest, Aaron, the toenail freak. You deserve the punishment. Push-ups from Canester, Calvin, for rightfully calling me out for saying agriculture instead of architectural engineers.
That's all right.
Push-ups from Lenny for Aaron because gains. Push-ups, Chazzy Black Onyx for Calvin for freaking messing up Power Rangers theme song.
I didn't mess it up. I made it
And
better.
sit-ups from Becky saying, Calvin, you played Mass Effect wrong then.
What do you mean? Played it wrong.
So
I'm just
Calvin,
doing the main story again.
sit-ups, Calvin push-ups, Calvin push-ups.
All right.
Eric has push-ups from Mateo, which just came in.
Mateo
I will keep
Eric has
reading.
push-ups from Mateo.
next.
Your hair.
That's not my hair.
Take it.
Thaddeus J. Spider resubscribed for 21 months. No one sees the wizard. Thank you.
The wizard. Rick, you love the wizard.
I do. Enjoy the wizard. The Ginger Avenger, 500 bits. Just got my first COVID shot today. Unfortunately, I don't live in Ohio, so I guess I'll have to win $1 million the old-fashioned way.
Robbing a bank.
Good luck. I don't think that's winning.
Hey, if you kill everyone else.
No. Don't listen to Cal. Solid Shadow, 500 bits. My doc just let me know I'm cancer-free on the molecular level. Well, congratulations.
Yay!
That's super
Fuck
exciting.
cancer.
Lightfoot V subscribed for the first time. Thank you very much. Let's waste time together. 16 months. Man, 16 months. Always loved knowing I have a place where I feel like I'm hanging out with friends. Thanks for spending your time with us. And the subscription.
Thank you for being a friend.
T-Pain, resubscribe for 5 months. Thanks for the great videos. Thank you. G. Paul, 21 months. Have no fear. Your sexiest subscriber is still here.
You're sexist.
I saw sexist at first. But then I was like, no, wait.
Fear, sexism is here.
Thank you, G-Paul.
Thank you, G-Paul.
Loch Sness, which is a great name.
Yeah.
Hosted us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Buckster Cuckster, resubscribe for 2 months. What ranger are you, Rick? I don't know. I always wanted to be the Green Ranger or White Ranger.
Yeah,
like when I was a
Tommy.
kid.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I feel like everyone did.
Dun, 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 dun.
Everyone loves a boy, at least.
Yeah. I had a friend that always like, I'm the Green Ranger. He calls it before we went out to recess, so I had to be stuck with red. Jesus.
I'm the
Okay.
Green Ranger.
Huh?
I'm the Green Ranger.
You're that kid.
Same Rangers next recess. Damn it.
Fuck! Why did they? Should have called I'm Green Ranger next time.
Yeah.
Greenington, 95 bits. Hey guys, if you ever get to Germany, I'd like to make a Cooking with Blind Wave and invite you to my restaurant.
What?
That would be cool.
Make some schnitzel.
Cooking for Blind Wave. Or do we actually get to go back in the kitchen? Oh, that would be awesome.
So many health regulations would be broken.
If it's just us
We'd
eating
get them
it.
shut down.
Dude, what's that place up in German Village in Columbus that's just sausage? Oh, it's so fucking good. Does they have a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger on the wall, like he's eating sausage? It's great. There, they take a picture of him eating sausage there. I want German sausage now. Instead, I have to go to Ireland, fight druids.
Wow. The last one I have is Afro-Futurism Production, 100 bits. Are you guys going to check out In the Heights?
Ooh, In the Heights is,
know what that
I
is.
think that's
Musical?
Lin-Manuel Miranda's next musical, right?
Oh, is it?
The guy that did Hamilton.
I'm definitely going to check that
I
out.
don't know what it is. Yeah.
The guy that played Hamilton.
It's Schmidt's Sausage House. And it's spelled H-A-U-S.
Gotcha.
Und Restaurant.
That's how you spell Schmidt. Is H-A-U-S.
House.
I'm asking you how to spell it.
Good stuff.
Schmidt? Or House?
And that's all I got. So I guess the only thing left is the poll we have running right now,
Oh, it was before Hamilton.
Gotcha.
which is...
Based on his first musical.
Well, we didn't get 100% of people wanting to know what the next movie was, so I guess we shouldn't tell them.
You guys really want to know what the next
Those
Crew-
14 people screwed over the other 108.
movie pick is?
Hey, somebody from Blind Wave voted for no.
I did not.
All right. I'll say a line from the movie, and the first person that correctly guesses it
Gets all of the bonus Blind Wave bucks today. No, just kidding.
they get our respect and a special
Yes.
shout out. So the line is, kill him. Let's see if they get it.
That was sick. That was, I think, just obscure enough.
It might have been. It might have been just
I know.
absurd
Might
enough.
be.
I had a couple in my head. Kivo gets it correct. Zorro, the legend has returned. We're watching Mask of Zorro, and
Yes.
it's amazing. We're gonna be able to react to all those beautiful Bob Anderson sword fights.
Yep.
You'll never be
Come
rid of
check it
me.
out. It's so much fun.
It's a good movie.
Talk
Yeah.
about something that lived up to my memories and expectations.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, because I was shocked before we started watching the movie, I was looking up the cast. Motherfucking Reverse Flash from The Flash is Captain Love. What?
I mean, you didn't know who he was until Reverse Flash,
I know,
right?
but still.
You do.
I love when that happens.
Yeah.
That's huge because I watched that movie all the time when I was a kid.
It is.
Matt Lesher, is that his name? He's Captain Love. Captain Love. There is nothing outside the
I
circle.
always wondered why he looked so familiar when I started season 1 of Flash.
It's amazing. And yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones. She dips beneath lasers. Ooh.
What?
And early. I can't go on past that.
We got 5 more minutes. Should
I
I get
know.
back to questions or should I?
Yeah, we can do some more questions.
All right. It's rare I miscalculate.
Yeah,
But
I
today's
know.
one of those days.
Mm-hmm.
B. Lament, I gotta say I miss your guys' Torchbearer videos. I was wondering if you'd ever consider playing any tabletop RPG video games like Divinity Original Sin 2 as a group co-op. I thought about like making, because you can make your own like campaign in that and
Yeah.
have people play through it. Thought that might be fun.
Gotcha.
Maggie and I are playing through it on our own time. It's absolutely fantastic. It would be a fun stream, but it would be a long one because Maggie and I are over 100 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. So
That would be great.
if we wanted to do all of it, it would take up our streams for months.
Months.
I don't want to do anything until Rick plays Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
You're right.
So, does that mean that you're not gonna play
Right.
the DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla right after this stream?
Not until Rick plays Ocarina of Time.
Oof.
Now, Lenny asked, when we getting new merch?
Well, I mean, we haven't really had much new merch because of the pandemic, because it slowed down production and delivery and
True.
and that kind of thing. So we didn't really necessarily want to launch anything while that was happening.
It'd be hard to get some of this
It would
stuff.
be hard to
and
get
whatnot.
some of that. So anyway,
Hopefully, with things, as things return more and more back to what they used to be, hopefully closer to then and soon.
yippers.
The Vaulty Hammock. Heyo, hope you guys are doing well. Can't think of a question, so just want to make sure you're taking care of yourselves, your schedules, and staying sane. Love the Expanse Sundays are the best part of my week, and have to pinch myself every time. LOL.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're. I mean, I always think Expanse is a great time every week, but it's especially been a great time every week the last 50. I don't know how long. It's been really good, but the last couple of Expanses have really been crazy for us. For me, I should say. I won't speak for anybody else.
Skywalker came in a bit late, sorry if someone asked, but did you guys hear they're remaking The Last of Us? Yeah, we talked about that several podcasts ago.
The Mormont girl from Game of Thrones, and
Wait. Okay, so it's not. They're not remaking it.
They're-
They're making a
they're
show.
adapting
You
it.
mean?
Making a show, aren't they? Is that what we're talking
Well,
about?
They're
he said a
remaking
remake.
The Last of Us.
Oh, the game?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh,
That's why I was
Yeah.
confused on what was
They
being said.
remastered it.
Because
I don't
that's something we talked about, but a remake is not something we talked about.
Oh, well, that's
No, we
ridiculous.
talked about a remake.
I thought we talked about a TV show or movie coming
We
out.
did
also
have
talked
a-
about that. But a while ago, I'm almost positive we talked about the remake for it.
I don't remember anything
unneeded,
about it.
unwanted.
I feel like if
I
we
want
did
to
talk about it
be
at the time,
homeless.
I felt as I do now, and say I think the first game holds up pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily needs a remake.
Other than Ellie's AI,
If
where
it's
she
just a
parks her
PS5
ass
remaster,
in
that's
doorways and blocks me. That pisses me off.
Part of the charm.
Yeah, I know.
Unless like they need to, like they're changing it to retcon something because of what happened in 2 and like the series going forward. Like if there's something that needs changed, but
Nah,
I don't know.
I doubt there is.
nah.
From the information, we can extrapolate a few details. The Last of Us PS5 remake has been in development for 2 years and gained significant support in 2020. There was at some point an intention to sell Last of Us 1 and 2 as a complete next-gen package for PS5. So it might not be a remake in the same sense of... Well, this also says, no, the remake has yet to be officially announced. So there isn't a trailer.
They announced it like a month ago. I'm almost positive.
I don't remember ever a remake. But there might be a remastered remake kind of thing.
Because I remember people being pissed, like people who were involved with Sony, that like their projects weren't getting picked up, but remake of The Last of Us was.
Remake shit
Maybe.
that looks terrible.
I don't
Not
know.
That looks great.
I just wonder if it's is it like Final Fantasy remake?
I don't think so.
Or is it more like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Even like Resident Evil 2 remake. I don't know how exactly like that was to 2, but it was different. You know?
People are saying in chat that Rick is right. Did we talk about it on a podcast, or did we talk about it just in the office?
100%.
Well, I
We
probably
talked
talked
about
about
it
it
on a
and then also thought we were talking about the live action show and messed up again.
B. Jill.
I usually don't focus too much on Last of Us because I've not played it.
Sure.
so-
Yeah.
Sure. B. Gill, and this will be the last one for today. But make sure you stick around for Eric's stream, which is going to be directly after this one.
Wrath of the Druids.
This might be a hard question, but if you could be friends with an anime character, who would it be? So one anime character to be friends with. Who would it be?
Probably
Luis
Gon.
Armstrong.
Toru Honda.
These are very different answers. I'm surprised. Aaron, what about you? One anime character that you would be friends with.
Man, I don't know.
No redheads.
Oh, Satoru Gojo would be really good too.
Yeah.
He would be.
I don't know. Kurisu Makase.
From Steins Gate?
Yeah,
Okay.
the redhead.
All right.
I have no idea. I don't know who I picked. Someone said Makase.
Someone
Kurisu.
said that. Someone called your answer.
I said no redheads.
I ain't gonna listen to you. I ain't started yet. I don't know. I don't know who I'd pick. Otherwise, I don't know. You said no redheads. That's what I thought of.
All right. Well, that does it for the
Could do-
podcast.
I could do adult Yoko.
You could do that. You could do it, Aaron.
That's the only appropriate Yoko. I
Yeah. I
appreciate
don't
you
want to just say
saying
Yoko and be like,
adult
Aaron.
Yoko.
No.
She was 15. Let's end this
adult
thing.
That does it for the podcast, but we're not done streaming for the day.
Let's
Eric
start
is
this
coming
thing.
right back, so don't go anywhere. And we'll see you tomorrow for Hood
Hood.
Something Justice.
Outlaws and Legends.
There it is. It's gonna be a good time.
I look like a butterfly.
The Hood of Justice.
Bye, guys.